Greetings. Crit Cats is back. Welcome. Happy New Year, everyone. On behalf of Crit Cats, we'd like to wish you a happy 2022. And to kick off the new year, we're going to start tonight, of course, with Descendant to Avernus, and that'll be every following Sunday. On Tuesdays, we're proud to bring you back to Tomb of Annihilation. Thursdays this month, we're going to be finishing up 2 installments of our Dungeon Classic series, namely the Sunless Citadel, run by our man Krieg here, and White Plume Mountain by yours truly. So without further ado, we last left our heroes after freeing and speaking with Mortlock Van Thamper and discussing how our party wants to go about trying to, shall we say, recruit Amric Van Thamper so they can try to get into the Van Thamper Villa. And so we find ourselves, as we have so many times before, at the Elf Song Tavern.
Alright guys, so we're all agreed, yeah? We should go start poking around some sewers.
That's a good plan to me.
I guess if that's what we're doing, I can't complain.
I just started smelling good.
Not for long. Alright. Hey, Francis! Come over here.
How the hell did I get up here?
Up here, you lost? You're on the ground floor,
sleeping in the cupboard. Are you okay?
I mean, we were fighting those 3 in that one room. Next thing I know, I wake up upstairs. I don't know what the hell happened, man. My mouth tastes horrible.
Boy, barkeep, you need some breath mints.
He pours a nice frothy ale and sets it down in front of Francis.
No thanks. Can I just get a water?
How about a glass of strawberry juice? You look like you could use some electrolytes.
Yeah, that's probably a great idea. Francis is looking around at the 3 people and wondering why Krieg, Vargas, and Ned are sitting on opposite sides of the bar, and this half-orc is sitting in between them.
Rosie just stares back at Francis.
You went unconscious.
I'm sorry. Would you mind switching places with my friend Krieg here? You see, we're an adventuring party, and we're trying to plan our next steps.
Krieg, Francis. I think that you need to listen for a moment when we were in the dungeon.
No. Let Francis explain to the lady.
Explain Dungeons and Dragons.
In Francis's defense, Rosie wasn't there when he last was awake.
I'm trying to explain this to you, Francis. You were unconscious as a limp noodle. And then we put you in the cupboard, kept you safe, and we met Rosie. Rosie helped us finish off the rest of the cultists in the bathhouse, and we brought you here to be safe. And then we uncovered the conspiracy in the city to drag the whole thing into the 9 hells.
So if you're done taking a nap,
please do
have an adventure.
Please do forgive my being rude. I'm very close with these fellas here. We've been through a lot, and I apologize for being so rude. Here, take this ale that was previously given to me. I don't drink, and take it as a peace offering.
Rosie just chugs the whole thing.
So, if you fellas don't mind, fill me in on what's been going on the last 24 hours I've been out.
Well, we met a person, or man, named Mortlock. He's one of the Van Thampers. And his brothers conspired to have him killed. We assume underneath the order of Duchess Van Damper. But we know where his brother is, Amrik Van Damper. He's at the Lowlight Tavern where we need to go to get paid anyways. And we need to take him alive so we can get into the Van Damper estate.
And we need to be careful because their other brother Thirstwell uses imps all around the city to spy on all of us.
Francis immediately starts looking around him to see if he can see an imp. I don't see any of them around me.
Well, that's kind of their point. They're invisible usually. So
Sniffing out evil like that.
So to sum it up, Thirstwell spies on people. This other guy has been paying money to the cultists. And who else we got?
The mother is the mastermind behind the whole operation.
Right.
Well,
overall, their
well,
goal is to sink the whole city into Avernus or somewhere in the Nine Hells.
Well, while Ned was talking, Francis leaned back so he could see him because he can't see around Razzie since there's the short dwarfs. And then he looks around and he goes, "Holy Ned, those doodles you got on your armor and your weapon and your shield, do you know those things light up?"
I do when I do them, right? Yeah.
Well, they're lighting up now. Did you do this before? Or am I just missing things today?
When I came back, I spent some time with Skuna, and I don't know, something just clicked.
At the mention of that, he sort of tilts his head to the side and said, trying to figure out the logistics of how that worked.
Hey, Ned, it's not supposed to click, buddy. That's a bad sign.
You know what I mean.
At the mention of imps, Francis is going to use one of his divine senses to see if he can sense any of the fiends in the area around him.
Not at present.
Oh, it's nice to have a caster around, huh?
I mean, I do know a few things, and while I was upstairs resting, I noticed I was practicing my couple of my speeches that I give, trying to get others to bow and bend knee to me, and I think I got a few under the belt.
All right, it'll be fun to see that in action. I suppose you'll have your first target soon, though, when we meet this brother, this one in town.
To the sewers!
Aye.
I'll let you all lead the way.
Razzie, you have at one point in your life, back when you were with your tribe, seen runes like what's on Ned's armor before.
Have?
Yes. The rune carvers from the... what was it? Stone something cleft? 1 second.
Red Cleft,
Redcliffe?
I believe. Red
Dead
Cleft.
Stone Cleft.
That's
I
well,
recognize
that was
that.
close. So is Razzie an Uthgard barbarian?
Mm-hmm.
From what tribe? I'm talking out of character. I guess Ned wouldn't know this yet.
No, Ned would know.
He can.
You spent a lot of time up there at Dead Stone Cleft. That's where you learned...
She's from the blue.
Wait, so
bear.
hold on. Yeah, the Blue Bear tribe. So wait, did Ned and I know each other? Like
Doesn't
from
seem
before?
So, does it?
No, because we would have discussed that.
You probably
Alright,
knew
I'm
a
gonna
guy
put that
named
information in my
Frodo.
pocket for now. A guy named what?
Fellow barbarian named Crotum. he kind of bullied me around. Your tribe and my stone giant tribe were allies. But we can get into that later.
Was that Samuel Crotum? I think he didn't like his first name, so he just went by the initial, but...
No, but that's absolutely why I named him Crotum, because I want to use the scrotum thing later on. You jump to the end.
I'm sorry.
You found your joke.
My spidey senses were tingling.
I'm gonna put that information in my pocket and deal with it later. Mostly because I can't think of anything to say about it right now. So, to the sewers.
So you want to go to the sewers now to do what exactly?
I think that's what we're doing.
We're gonna scout for a suitable place to hold this guy nearby the docks, if possible.
So the docks are crawling with the flaming fist.
So there's no way we're going to be able to get him from the inn to the sewers.
The city is currently on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, and that means the docks are on lock. It is crawling with the flaming fist. There are patrols, guard posts.
So
that
to
plan is
smuggle
out.
a man is going to be very, very tricky.
Why don't we go to the boat, yes, the Lowlight Tavern, and purposefully get one of Thirstwell's imps to follow us. And let them know that we have his brother.
Alright,
Right.
well, let me suggest perhaps plan A. I might try to make a suggestion to him, and if it takes, it takes, and we can just walk with him somewhere.
That's a good idea.
Plan A, but if not, plan B.
Plan
Need
B,
a bag.
put them
We
on
have
the
a big-
stretcher that we have previously acquired, and take him somewhere that we can hold up and interrogate him. People don't ask questions here. This might not be such a bad spot. Of course, that would require us getting across the city.
Well,
We have a big enough bag. We can just put his unconscious body in the bag and drag him back here.
If
I
there's
think
anything
that's
that
what
Baldur's Gate has in spades, it's back alleys.
Take him to a back alley where hopefully no one sees us.
Well, point of order here. If the docks are in lockdown, and isn't this guy at the docks?
Yes.
If the docks are in lockdown and this guy's at the docks, how are we going to get to him?
I think that as long as we don't attempt to leave the city, we should be fine.
Yeah, the city is on lockdown. So if you're going to try to take a ship and sail out of Baldur's Gate, you may have some difficulties.
Right,
I
but
think
the inn that they are
Away
in.
from a tavern, especially a seedy one, probably not such a great difficulty.
But so, I still think that if we put him on the stretcher and act like we're taking him to find him medical care, we won't get many more questions than that. And we wouldn't even be lying. We are taking him to get medical care. I assume we'll patch him up before we interrogate him.
You guys baby him too much.
Oh, Ned, we're trying not to get caught.
So this guy is in a tavern, or in some sort of inn. That's on a ship
Yes.
at the
ship
docks.
itself.
The
Yes,
low
the
light.
ship itself.
And so the plan is we go in there and try to get him from the ship back here.
Initially, we'll
Alright.
try peacefully with a suggestion.
Right, so Vargas is going
And
to try
then
with suggestion.
More forcefully with a different suggestion, and then finally with our fists, and take him to find medical care, saying he was assaulted by strangers. It'd be best for us to keep him covered at this point, and I wonder if we should wear our Flaming Fist badges so that we are not questioned by the Flaming Fists, but that could cause political problems. For
Well,
the
theoretically-
organization itself.
I don't have a Flaming Fist badge.
Well, the rest
And
of
I
us
don't
others-
look like a cop.
Could we go and
you?
talk?
To be fair, none of you guys look like cops. Except
I
maybe
mean-
Francis.
Maybe Francis.
Goody two shoes, Francis. So the badges, though, I mean, theoretically, we could have those on ourselves, and as we get closer, and after we've been recognized by a few of these guys, we could try to pull them off and stuff them in our pouches before we walk into the tavern, so that on the outside, we're viewed as one of them, and then once we get inside.
I think we're overthinking it. Right? We just go to the tavern, and we let events play out as they may.
Well, let me scout out at least the alleys to see if there's some place we can take him once we have him. I'd rather not keep him on the tavern. And who knows, he might fold. His brother said he was a sniveling coward.
Oh, yeah. We could probably just threaten him to do whatever we want.
I reckon a peaceful approach is still worth an effort. I mean, if he sees us as friends, he'll be more likely to talk. But there's always last resort.
Alright, so what I'm hearing is that you guys want to go to the Low Lantern, and Krieg wants to scout around in the area immediately surrounding to look for back alleys.
Yes.
I want to look for a place that's away from prying eyes and ears that we can use to interrogate him should worst come to worst.
Francis is going to join him just for the sheer fact that I'm going to use my divine sense while I'm around him to see if there's any imps in the area.
Before
Range of
Francis
divine
gets
sense,
up,
50 feet?
Divine sense 60 feet.
60 feet.
before Francis gets up, I'm gonna slap him on the back and say, "Just gotta say, good to have you back, man."
I'm glad to be here, Ned. Glad to be here, buddy. He
Alright.
puts his hand on Ned's hair and just tosses it around a little bit.
The others that look at Francis's back see a sign on it. It says, "I steal candy from babies."
Alright, well, as I mentioned previously, there are plenty of back alleys. However, the docs are also crawling with the flaming fist. Trying to hole up somewhere in a back alley and not be noticed, taking a lengthy interrogation may be a little counterproductive. But there's probably enough dark back alleys that you can make your way out of the docks to whatever area of the city that you need.
Can I find an abandoned building anywhere? Or no?
There is no such thing right now. There's the middle of a refugee crisis.
Okay.
They're just more secluded back alleys. Away from the docks.
Refugee crisis.
Yeah, this city is over flooded right now.
So we can use the back alleys to get him somewhere else. Do we just want to try and bring him back to the Elf Song Tavern, Francis?
I mean, we've rid them of a lot of things. I think we might be able to negotiate a room that we can keep private.
I think primarily they don't care as long as we pay. Hell,
So are
they're
you
I
all
think-
over shots.
Having this conversation right here by the door.
It would
Yep.
appear so.
I thought that we had left. There's just not another map.
Well, Francis is still sitting at the bar, so
Oh, that's because Francis wasn't paying attention to the screen.
all right. Well, if this conversation was had in the city streets somewhere, then that nobody at the bar could say one way or the other, or whether or not they'd be willing to negotiate. But this is Baldur's Gate. In any case, what I'm hearing now is everybody wants to go to the Low Lantern. Is that right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's scout out the sewers, but
Let's
it
do
sounds
her.
like that's not happening.
I mean, you can scout out the sewers if you want, but
I would like to.
I think what our DM is saying is that he doesn't really have sewers for us to scout.
yeah, there's no
Okay, fine.
sewers. There's no sewer maps. If you want to try to root around in the sewers, you're going to find a lot of
Rats.
and sewage.
Rats and
You may
poop.
find a few refugees or whatever, but the Flaming Fist is trying to watch all entrances in and out of the sewers because, again, there's a refugee crisis.
Okay.
In any case, you find yourselves down at the docks before too long. Go ahead and place yourselves on the southern portion of the dock at your leisure. You should be able to drag all of your tokens from your character sheets. Fog obscures the low lantern until you get within 100 feet of it, whereupon its tall mass and creaking bulk come into view. The converted ship has rigging but no sails and is anchored to the wharf by thick chains. A wooden staircase climbs from the wharf's edge to the main deck. A lantern at the bow casts an eerie green light to signify that the tavern is open for business.
Of course, I'm a problem because I can't seem to drag my.
I had
Okay.
difficulties at first too. Try clicking on your name and dragging.
Yeah, you gotta drag
Wait
by
until
your
it turns blue before you do anything.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that was it. Name, not picture.
All right, before we charge in, I think maybe someone should do the talking to get us in there. If I remember right, this guy is some kind of moneylender or something. We can either approach as clientele or as patrons looking for a good time. I reckon it'll be easier to go in as people looking for a loan. But your ideas are, of course, welcome. Francis, would you be up for perhaps doing the talking?
I mean, I've done a little bit of talking in my past. I might be able to sling a few words around.
I'm not much
Might
good
be a
with
good
talking.
idea to secure a loan from him and then take him hostage.
Aye, make some money for free, why not?
And one more time, what is this guy's name that we're going after? Because Francis
His
wasn't
name
there.
is Emmerich Van Thamper.
Emmerich. Okay.
Starting to talk like Baldurians now. Let's take his money and then capture him.
I mean, he's not a good dude.
No, he most certainly
I'd feel
isn't.
bad robbing, like, someone honorable, but nah.
That's
as I-
exactly the right attitude to have in Baldur's Gate. Just saying.
As Francis is walking up, he's going to use another instance of Divine Sense to detect if there's any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
You do not detect anything currently. How long does it last?
Looks.
Something?
I think it's just instantaneous. It doesn't last for any period of time.
I see.
I mean, I'd take it as a given that there's probably something watching the place.
So Francis is going to make his way up the stairs
All right.
onto the ship.
As you climb up onto the bow of the ship, or I'm sorry, that's not the bow. That's amidships, isn't it? The main deck of the old ship features wooden steps that climb onto the forecastle and aft castle, and another set of stairs descending into the ship. A padlocked wooden hatch fitted with windows acts as a skylight for the deck below. The tavern proper visible through the hatch's glass panes. 4 dead seagulls lie on the deck, and 2 ravens squawk at you from the crow's nest. A 40-foot climb up the ship's rigging.
I mean, if they're crows, wouldn't it be called a raven if it wouldn't be a raven's nest rather than a crow's nest?
If they're crows, it'd be a crow's nest.
I think it's a crow's nest no matter who's in it.
By the way, this is all happening this is all happening while we're walking up.
Are we having this debate on what the crow's nest is called while we're walking up?
Yes.
Yeah, that's about right.
Certainly are.
So I'm going to take a walk around, and as I'm walking up to the bouncer, I'm going to take a peek through the glass on the floor.
Down below, you see the following. It looks to you like there's a bar below and people sitting at tables.
See Clem Jasso anywhere in there?
You do not.
By the way, did we decide to take off the what's it called? The badges, or did we all decide to keep them on?
I think we took them off.
Okay.
I took mine off.
I would have taken mine off too. So Francis is going to walk up and attempt to make it down the stairs.
Bouncer says, "Welcome to the low lantern. Keep your weapons at your sides."
With pleasure, sir. I'm just going to take a couple of steps down into the low light.
Okay, 1 second for polygon reveal, please.
Another map.
As you head downstairs, you can see that this tavern is quite obviously alive. There's people playing Baldur's Bones at one table, there's a couple of bouncers standing around, and there's a kenku behind the bar. And as you come downstairs, a very loud, very obviously former pirate greets you. And she says, "Welcome to the Low Lantern. I'm Captain Lara, and this is my ship. You are under orders now to enjoy yourselves."
With pleasure.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I might ask you, we're here to do some business with Amric. Might you point me in the right direction?
And with a suave motion of her hand, she motions to the stairs down.
Much obliged.
What about the man named Clem? Has he been nearby?
Jasso?
I believe so, yes.
He's not been here.
That asshole. Alright, 1 beer, please.
Gladly.
I'll ask the Kinko.
Flap.
You know what? Go ahead and make it 2. The good stuff.
Flap pours a couple of ales and gently rests them on the bar in front of you.
I'll pick them up and continue to follow Francis, sipping out of one.
He squawks and says, 2 silvers.
And I awkwardly clutch one to my chest as I reach into my pockets and throw them towards him. I throw him 3.
We've all been there. Francis is going to take a peek down the stairs to see if he can get an idea of what's down there.
Okay, as you peek down the stairs.
Rosie's gonna poke Ned in the butt with her boot to try to get him to scooch forward.
Oi, that's not for kicking or poking. It's for sitting.
Captain says, "I'm sorry, is there not enough room at the bar? Allow me to scooch. Please, have a seat."
Oh, was this the captain that was talking earlier?
Correct.
Oh,
What
okay,
did she
gotcha.
say her name was?
Larelra.
That's Lara. That's all that I heard.
I'll have a beer, barkeep. And then I slap a silver on the counter.
The
Oi,
kenku.
Lara Lal, would you have a drink?
I wouldn't be one to turn down anyone's hospitality.
Alright, 1 for the lady and 1 for myself. Sorry, Razzie, what are you saying?
I'm good.
Captain, do you ever sail this this tavern around, or
Once
is it
upon a
just...
time, but she's retired. As am I.
How often are bar fights here?
Well, this is Baldur's Gate.
Take that to mean they're quite common.
Francis is going to stand right here by the stairs and use another instance of Divine Sense.
You definitely feel something fiendish.
Okay, it says that I know the location of it. Do I have an idea of... Downstairs, okay. He's going to
Actually,
walk over...
You're standing next to the mast, right? And you said range of Divine Sense is 60 feet?
Correct.
Do you sense something directly above as well?
Okay, so...
It's the ravens.
So when I was standing here on the outside of the ship, it was not within... Okay. Good to know. So Francis is going to come up next to Ned while the others are having conversations. Going to lean down and say, I get the sense there's something fiendish below me downstairs. And there's also something fiendish, probably those crows that are up there in that, or those ravens up in that crow nest that we were talking about.
The drow who's the back of whose chair the two of you are crowding turns around and says, "Excuse me. There's plenty of room here, friends. You don't have to hover. Why don't you sit down and have a seat?"
My apologies. I don't know my own size. And he...
Your size is large, Francis.
Whoops.
Excuse me, I'm trying to work on that. That's my New Year's resolution.
If you alt-click and drag, you can move in between squares.
Wait, how tall is Francis?
Francis is 5'10".
Okay, see, that wasn't even canon because Rousey's 6 feet tall. You can't call you large.
Yeah.
None of you are large. You're all medium.
Oh,
Then Lorella.
but just wait.
Even is about
Just
6'6",
wait.
and he's medium.
Also, do we recognize this halfling downstairs or down towards the southern end from the other tavern?
You mean Lara or Lala Stout? Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
I thought I had their name
favorite
down,
Knuckle
but-
Bones player that Vargas covered in grease.
Oh no.
Captain Lorella, for our business proceedings, how much would it cost to rent out the lower deck of the ship?
Oh, I'm sorry, but the lower deck of the ship has already been rented out.
Oh,
There are
All right,
private
then.
rooms on the bottom floor.
very well.
Francis is going to walk over to Lala. Good to see you again, Lala. I believe that we played some Bones the first time I was here.
Again.
Oh, yes, it is me. What brings you around these parts?
Baldur's Bones. I go where the action takes me.
Oh, you're a lady who likes
Where's
some
that
action.
greasy friend of yours?
He's over at the bar right now. He's
Wonderful. Please tell him to keep his grease away from me. You know how long it took for me to get that feeling of stickiness off of me?
Yeah, I do know.
That's what she said.
It's getting there. I do
My bad.
apologize for that. Have you met this guy Amric before?
Oh, so you're here to get a loan, are you?
I mean, we've run into some hard times, and we're trying to get ourselves back on our feet. I was hoping that Amric would be so nice as to loan us some money.
He will.
Do you know?
money. Just remember who you're dealing with exactly. The Van Thempers are a powerful family, and if you don't pay up, you will have to pay interest.
I see. Interest being not necessarily money.
I mean, if you can't pay, then you will end up paying one way or another. You know
Understood.
That, Thalamra Van Thamper is one of the city's dukes.
I do. I have heard that. Yes. Have you been downstairs to see Amric before?
I do my best to stay out of debt. But yeah, he's got
Understood.
an office downstairs.
Gotcha. Do you have any idea of what kind of people he runs around with down there?
Nasty ones.
Nasty ones. Understood. I do appreciate your time here, Lala. I'll once I'm done finishing with Amric. Unfortunately, I'm out of coin right now. Once I'm done talking with Amric downstairs, maybe I'll come back up and play some bones with you.
Oh, well, I'll be happy to take your money.
Not if I take yours first.
And
he stands up and walks away.
Krieg is still just holding 2 beers. Halka is trying to drink one of them, and he keeps on having to push her head away.
Francis reaches up and he sees the dragon. He's like, Krieg, did you get a pet?
It would seem so, yes.
At the mention of the word pet, Halka squawks.
Okay.
Francis tries to reach up and pet the dragon.
It tries to bite you.
Damn bird.
Sorry,
didn't have any of these.
Seem to like anyone else.
Didn't have any of these troubles underwater. Freaking pain in my ass. Francis is gonna give Vargas a look and say, and give the little nod of the head down the stairs.
Krieg is going to get his shield kind of ready. He's not putting it on his arm, but he is. Whenever battle breaks out, he's going to have it available.
So Francis is going to make his way down the stairs.
Rozzy sighs real big. I guess I gotta follow them. Chugs her beer. Slams it down and follows.
Better go.
Oh.
As you're chugging your beer and slamming it down, the captain says, "There's another bar on the floor below."
Too late for that.
Francis is going to make his
stairs. You can very clearly see at the aft of the ship there are 2 couches on either side of a small table. Sitting on one of these couches is a rat-faced, weasel-looking motherfucker who could only be Amric Van Thamper. And standing, or perched, I guess I should say, on the back of this couch is a very obviously fiendish creature covered in spines. Other notable figures on this level, there are at least 3 bouncers and a couple of thugs, in addition, of course, to the barkeep.
Francis is going to walk over to the bar and say, excuse me, my name's Francis. What is your name?
I'm Jack.
Very good. Thank you, Jack. Might I, do you happen to have some cranberry juice?
We have ale, wine, and whiskey.
I'll take one of those ales, please.
Pours an ale. 1 silver.
Very good. He flips it to him and say, "Hey, Jack, never let go of that silver." And he
bites it. He bites it and throws it into his tip jar.
He takes the ale and he walks over towards Ned and hands it off to him and says, "Ned, I'm gonna head over towards those couches on the other end. I do believe that is that weasel that we need to talk to, Amric." Vargas.
You went over to this couch over here. Did you sit down?
Me? Yes.
Yes. Okay, sitting across from you is an armored figure with a flaming fist badge.
Francis, I don't think that's him.
You don't think that's Amric?
He's got a badge on.
Well, we're talking about the guy sitting across from me. There's another set of couches.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about is this one up here.
As you sit
but
down,
Ned doesn't know that.
Wearing fellow sitting across from you says, "You here to drink, friend?"
I'm always here to drink.
All right, well, I'll have an ale.
Krieg hears that and comes and drops one of his ales down on the table,
Oh, well, thank you.
and drinks the other one he purchased, and then is going to ask Jack, "What sort of drink does the man at the table down there prefer?"
What? Who?
I believe it's Amric, isn't it?
And he kind of doesn't speak for a second and eyes you cautiously. He likes whiskey.
One whiskey, please.
Ned
Pours
hears
a double.
that, looks over, says, "Oh, okay, you mean that couch? Yeah, let's go sit down there."
Francis says, Ned, if you might want to give us just a little bit of breath, maybe you want to stay back there with Rozzy, just to keep an eye on things. Vargas and I are going to go over there and talk to him and see if we can secure that loan. He gives you sort of like that knowing head bob of what we're doing.
Hey, Ned, why don't you grab me an ale?
But I was gonna, and he touches his flail, and then, all right.
2 whiskeys, and can they be triples? Jack.
All right.
6 silver, I'm assuming.
That sounds fair.
I will pass off one of these whiskeys to Francis. Say, offer him that one.
Much appreciated.
He redeemed a group hydrate, so everybody drink up.
Just looking out for you guys.
Red Bull counts,
It
right?
is appreciated. It's got water in it.
It's supposed to hydrate you.
More water than Jace drink.
It was water.
And I will accompany Francis.
Francis,
Is Ned gonna get me an ale?
Yeah, Ned hops up on the couch next to the flaming fist guy, and flops down and hands Rozzy the beer that Francis handed to him.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So a couple of things happen at this point. The first thing that happens when Ned sits down is Skadrick says, "Let's have a drinking contest." And Vargas, as you close in, you notice on the table in front of Amric a book. And on its cover are dwarven letters.
On the way over towards Amric, there's a set of stairs right there. I was just going to take a peek down the stairs to see if there's anything going on down there.
One moment.
Yeah, sorry, I have an injured toddler. I'll be right back.
All right. As soon as Francis comes up and comes up next to me, I want to cast suggestion.
On
Amric.
I'll let him drink the whiskey first.
It's fine.
I was hoping you'd cast it on Francis.
what is that, a charisma saving throw?
No, that will be a wisdom saving throw. I suppose I should say the thing first, though, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Hey, Amric, we should become good friends. Let's go have a drink together. With us, this way. Come on.
And now, yeah, wisdom 13. Oh, okay.
He looks at you and eyes you very cautiously and says, "You're not gonna get a loan without signing a contract."
Francis will take a walk over there and sit across from him and say, Amric, good to meet you. My name is Francis. My friend here, Vargas, he might have jumped the gun a little bit. We're here to seek your help here with our current financial situation.
I understand. So I can offer you 150 gold, and I will expect repayment of 190 in a 10-day. If you cannot pay, the interest will be tacked onto the principal.
I do appreciate that. Aren't you interested in understanding what our reason is for using that money?
That's not my business. My business is you paying me back in a timely fashion.
Well, I appreciate your candor here. Who was that sitting behind you?
Oh, Kashara? Kashara's my bodyguard. And the creature
Oh,
perched on the back of the sofa lets out a shrill cry.
Krieg is
Alright,
going to pass his other triple whiskey over to this bouncer next to him. Balfast, I believe.
He says, I'm sorry I don't drink while I'm on duty, but thanks.
Did
What
I
about
hear
your
something
friend
about a
down there?
drinking game?
Skodrick says, what's your poison?
Let's go with ale.
All right. First person to fall off of their sofa loses and pays the tab. 1, 2, 3, go.
That's not a drinking game. I start chugging my ale anyway.
Ned does the same.
Okay.
One ale, please, Jack.
Jack pours an ale.
Since Balfast doesn't want the whiskey, I'll pour the whiskey in and go put it in front of Skadrick.
Okay, hold on. Roll me a stealth check, would you?
Okay.
Okay.
He does not notice. That is until he's going to taste it here in a minute. Because it's 3 whiskeys and an ale.
But he's drinking them pretty fast, right?
Yeah, he's chugging. He's not tasting.
It'll be down the hatch before he notices.
Have you ever tried to drink an ale with 3 shots of whiskey in it?
Yeah, I have. I was in college at one point, Ken.
Yeah, so you'd know that you would taste it.
I know that whenever I'm drinking Boilermakers, I do not stop to consider what it tasted like. I expected it to be gross.
Yeah, but you knew it was a Boilermaker beforehand. If you drank a Boilermaker and thought it was a beer, you would think something was off.
I think he should have to roll for perception.
Yeah, if he's really drunk, then yes. If he's sober, then probably not so much.
Yeah, how much has he drank tonight?
He's waiting for us to come in so he could drink us under the table.
It's okay, I'm gonna win.
Nah.
How about a really low perception roll? How about a natural 2?
Ooh, sounds good to me.
Fine, he doesn't notice at first.
Yes.
All right.
Let's bring our negotiations back to the double couches that don't have the flaming fist sitting at them.
I will cast suggestion again.
and Francis is going to offer the whiskey to Amric and say, I do appreciate your generosity. If you don't mind, my colleagues here, and then he gestures over towards the others, we do need to discuss the terms of this. Are you available to potentially go and take a look at your investment that you are giving us? That you're giving us some money for.
Okay, first things first. As you begin to cast another spell, Amric whistles, and you get surrounded by bouncers.
Whoa there!
Would you like to continue and finish your spell?
That looks like a terrible idea at this point. No, I think I'll stop.
Okay. Then in that case, Amric says, no more of that, or you're going to be floating in the harbor. This is a place of business. Do we understand each other?
Aye, we do.
Right.
No need for trouble.
All right. You, Mr. Water Genasi, is it? I really don't care what you do with the money. All I care about is a reasonable rate of return. I'm a businessman.
Okay, I do understand that, and I appreciate your time. Just give me a moment here. I'll need to talk with my colleagues before I signed anything, just to make sure that we would be good for the money. If you'll forgive me, and obviously my friend here, for the rudeness of our interruption.
He eyes you very suspiciously.
Francis,
Demons are my favorite enemy. Can I make a roll to identify what Kashara is?
Is that like an ability you have?
Some base ranger. I'm not sure if I'm seeing it here.
You're a Tasha's ranger.
Tasha's, yeah. I still have primeval awareness. Never mind, it looks like I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, but you have favored foe, so.
Yeah, but that just applies to anything.
Yeah, but that's badass.
Yeah. But, oh well, I will forgo that.
Alright. For the
It is
moment,
forgone.
let's go back to our drinking contest, shall we?
Do we have to get
You
up and
two
go
are
to the
not
bar every
allowed
time
to
you get a new drink?
Up off of. You're surrounded by bouncers. They're not letting you move.
Do we have to get up and go to the bar every time we get another drink, or are they bringing them to us?
I think Jack will probably bring 3 more ales over. Except he
Oh,
only
boy.
has to bring 2, right? Because Krieg slammed the triple Boilermaker down in front of Skadrick.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Well, he comes over with another 2 ales, and everyone starts to slam theirs. At this point, I need Rozzy and Ned to make, let's call it like a DC 6 or something Constitution saving throw.
It
Well,
looks like we're on an ad break.
How?
It says Crit Cats is taking an ad break. I don't know if that's just on my screen. Anyway,
It's on my
It's
screen
on
as
mine.
well. I'm wondering
It's
if
on
it's
mine, too.
continuing or not.
looks like we're taking an ad break.
I don't
mean,
see it.
It'll probably
I don't see
continue
it
as soon
either.
as it's done.
because
it's
If you guys
because
are
we're not
subscribed, you won't
subscribed.
have it. Yeah.
it's some woman on a horse, and
Yeah,
now
Then
I'm
how
mine,
do
driving.
you
mine is a
alive?
witch. Anyway,
'Cause
we
we're
are making
full
a what check?
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wow.
You forget where
I
you're
have-
drinking from and you like pour the ale up your nose.
I get +4. I rolled a nat 1.
Happens.
It's the only thing you could have rolled to fail.
Jesus Christ.
You can see Skodrick's eyes are watering and he says, "Ooh, my, that's strong stuff."
I'm just choking on my ale.
You must cut the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
all the good stuff
because you
is.
pour the ale up your nose, you start to like sneeze uncontrollably. A little bit of ale like leaks out of one of your ears, and you kind of slip off of the sofa
Out of my
as you're
ear?
coughing. Your ears, nose, and throat are all connected.
That's,
not the
that's
one
one
saying
bad. So you're telling me I lost the drinking game because of that nat 1? This
you
is
poured the
not
ale up your
fair.
nose.
I remember
What
the
was that
first
one?
time I drank a beer.
Rozzy throws her empty ale cup at Ned.
Okay, at this point, Falthus moves out of the way.
Aye, thank you, lad. We'll just quickly have a little discussion over here.
As Francis is walking away, I go, Vargas, you got to be more careful about these types of things. There's some etiquette around here, and people are going to notice if you're trying to, mind wipe them and such.
Aye, that's my bad. You know, like it's just one of those things that happens.
That's okay.
Apologies.
It's okay. We're just trying to be careful here.
Aye.
Francis is going to walk up towards Krieg and try to whisper towards him and say, so we talked to Amric. Vargas tried his trick to get him to go with us, but unfortunately it didn't work. He tried it again, and he was surrounded by bouncers. So the method of trying to get him to come peacefully might not be an option.
Well, let's see where the night will take us. Jack, can I purchase a round for everybody?
Absolutely.
All right.
Boy,
Skadrick is now laughing. He points to
Skadrick.
Rozzy and says, "You got wet behind the ears."
So that's 6 silvers a person. I believe if I bought 3 rounds for everyone, that'd be 18 silver.
6 silvers per what?
6 silvers per round because there's 6 people in here.
Right.
And then if I bought 3 rounds for everyone, that'd be 18 silver, right?
Or 1.8 gold.
Yeah.
You're buying 3 rounds? I thought you were buying 1.
No, I'm buying 3 rounds for everybody. My current plan is to get everyone in this room fucked up except us.
Okay, well, the bouncers are not
I'm
going to
already
drink.
there.
No,
I
you're
fell
not
off the
drunk,
couch.
Razzie. You just have the weirdest drinking problem.
That's more for Amric, Kashara, and Skadrick then.
Kashara does not drink.
Huh?
Kashara does not drink.
Well, then he's about to get a shitload of rounds. I'm gonna purchase. Well, I guess I'll purchase 1 for each of us, but I'm going to decline to drink mine, and several for Amric.
Boy, my friend Skadrick here wants another 2 ales, don't you, Skadrick?
Where's yours, little man?
It's coming, it's coming. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, you're alright yourself. That's some fancy-looking armor.
I've been working on it, so what do you think? We drink a little bit more and then maybe have a little fun with these bouncers. I'm in the mood for a fight.
I'm off duty. I only fight when I get paid for it.
Oh, come on.
Hey, if one of them wants to pick a fight with me, and at the mention of that, the bouncers just kind of put their hands up.
You already beat my friend here in the drinking game.
No.
But I bet you,
She beat herself.
I bet you that she's got more in the tank than you got. I bet you that you go another round with her and she can beat you.
Well,
and
let's
if
finish
he
this drinking
wins,
contest first, shall we?
all
Somebody's still
right.
got to settle up this tab here. We can't exactly leave Jack out in the cold.
I guess I'm just sending Amric a bottle of whiskey at this point for 2 silver. Or 2 gold.
I mean, he has whiskey on reserve.
Okay, then I just won't do it then.
It would be a nice gesture after what just happened.
Yeah, I'll send it to him
That
and
is
tell
a nice
Jack to
gesture to
deliver
send
it
him a
and say,
drink.
as a forgiveness, as a token of forgiveness, or as an apology.
After kind of overhearing Skaldrick's conversation with Ned, I'll send him a message and just say,
What's your price for fighting?
He just responds, "You can't afford it."
oof. Alright, fair enough.
No, I got it. We'll finish this little contest, and if I win, you lend us your weapon for a little fun, and then if you win, what do you have? I don't know what you want.
I want another ale and for us to finish this game first. We already have stakes on the table. After that, I might have another drinking game for us in mind.
All right. Another ale.
Okay,
Jack.
then, Ned, I need you to roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Look
How
at
about
that. Damn.
You pour the ale out on the bar and snort it on purpose.
Gross.
That's how
Skadrick,
it's
on the
done
other
back
hand,
home.
that triple Boilermaker did him too much, and he starts to cough. And as he stands up to slap the wall, he realizes that he's lost.
Told you not to mess with the stone giants. I didn't really say not to mess with the stone giants. And who's talking about stone giants? I didn't say anything about that.
He turns around in between coughs and says, "You look more like a gnome to me."
I keep hearing that.
You
I
bear
used
some
to get
markings of the
angry.
stone giants.
I used to get angry when people said that, but I'm trying to figure it out.
How does a
Well.
gnome end up equipped as a stone giant? What's your story, Ned?
My mama, Urga, the stone giantess, told me that she found a whole bunch of gnomes killed by their own robot creation. And I was the only one left, a little baby.
Oh, so your obsession with large women is Freudian. Wait, that's not a thing in D&D. Ah!
Large women were the only ones around when I went through puberty, so there you have it. Godric, focus up. What are the stakes? What's the next game?
Okay, before that happens, Krieg, you definitely saw Jack walk over to Amric with an unopened bottle of whiskey and walk back.
Can I see what's happened with the bottle of whiskey since then?
It's currently sitting on the table next to the book with the dwarven runes on it. Amric appears to be reading something.
See, can I make a perception check to see what he's reading? I do speak Dwarvish.
He's not reading the book. The book with the dwarven runes is still on the table in front of him. He's reading like the equivalent of like a newspaper.
Can we see what the title, what the runes say?
Us
I
Weekly.
also speak Dwarvish.
You're gonna have to get a little bit closer. It's small. It's in a book.
Okay.
Says Twilight Breaking Dawn. He's definitely Team Jacob.
At that point, Skodrick says, "All right, this is what we're gonna do." And you realize now he's beginning to slur his speech as all of that whiskey is starting to kick in. "We're gonna walk around the railing of the ship, and the first person to fall in the drink buys the next couple rounds."
No, don't take that. Don't do that.
I'll do it.
Guys,
I'll do it.
All right. You're on one condition. We can get some of these others here in this room to join in. I want this to be a party game, not just one-on-one.
And he nods his head towards Razzie and says, "Well, she's in."
How about you? I turn to the bouncer to my right. How about you, fella?
He points to himself and says, "Oh, no, I'm on duty."
Ah, come on. You got to have a 15-minute break.
What is this? Union?
I don't think Baldur's Gate has any labor unions, Ned.
Well, I mean, back
there's a bunch
home
of
we took
oligarchs.
15-minute breaks. Oh, come on, you chicken. Bark, bark, bark,
Hey,
bark.
that's offensive to our Kenku bartenders here, okay?
I don't know what to say about that.
That sounds a bit rude. Why would he be offended? He's not a chicken.
Be careful.
Jack
You're going to
just
piss.
leans over the bar and looks at you and goes, "Bark!"
Be careful. You're going to piss Jack off.
Oof.
Thank you. All right, are we doing this? Or are we doing this?
Okay, everybody who wants to go and walk around the railing of the ship, go ahead and move your tokens up to the the top deck.
Francis is going to yell over towards Amric. He's like, Amric, my friends and I are going to go above deck to have a bit of a game around the railings. Would you care to join us?
I feel like everyone would follow to see this.
He doesn't look
Oh,
up
yeah.
from the paper, and he just says, "Enjoy yourselves."
All right. I'm going to go upstairs to watch this debauchery.
Okay. Skodrick goes up onto the forecastle and stands up on the bow of the ship. And he says, "All right, we're going to go around the back to the aft."
Right about then,
Last
Ned
one
just
there's a
pushes
rotten
him.
egg, and he starts to run.
Ned just
Did you
pushes
just
him.
say Ned pushes him?
Yeah, I just push him off.
Okay, then that'll be a shove. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
It's just an athletics check, isn't it?
That is correct.
Okay, so
If you
what
have
am I doing?
athletics,
Just strength? Oh, athletics. Yep.
That's a tie, and ties go to the defender. That means Skodrick is going to try and push you off now. That's a 12. So
Another
it's
athletics.
You roll as
athletics or acrobatics, your choice. 14 wins, and he doesn't push you off. And now Skodrick and Ned are trying to push each other off. And he steps down. And he
Oh,
calls
come
out
on,
for
get
the
back up on the
bouncer.
rail.
But the bouncer is just sitting there laughing.
Hey,
We're
Razzie.
definitely making an enemy out of this named person.
Hey,
Just like to
Razzie.
show off, I'd like to try to do the thing
Francis is
and
going to
walk all
go
the
back
way
to...
around on
Francis
the
is going to lean over to the bouncer and says, I got 2 gold on the little one.
The bouncer says, "All right, you're on." So, okay, did you say you wanted to run around the edge, Rozzy?
rail. Yeah, I wanted to do
Okay.
the rail thing. I rolled an athletics check for you there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask you for an athletics check.
What were you
It's a
going to ask me
balance
for?
competition, so I want you to roll me an acrobatics, please.
Okay,
Yep.
15.
That is sufficient because you haven't had anything to drink, really. You make it,
In
let's
the-
say, about to midships in the first
In the
6 seconds.
meantime, I'm going to try to, I'm going to try to throw him overboard again.
Oh my god!
Okay, go for it. Oh, a 22.
This is how we win.
Oh my. Ned!
Okay. You shove him overboard.
And Francis reaches his hand out and says, I do believe that'll be 2 gold.
And the bouncer just kind of goes, "Oh, man. That's my week's wages."
Tell you what, make it 1 gold and we'll call it even.
All right, well, I'll buy you a beer.
That's the deal.
And he hands you a gold piece.
Ned leans over
Actually,
the
he hands
side.
you 10 silver.
God, you're going to make me feel bad for taking money from this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ned leans over the side.
Bet.
I win.
I'll drop a rope for Skodrick and then hold.
I'm trying to keep him out of the upcoming fight.
Why though?
You can see that the water here is not. It's not like clear ocean water, because all of the sewer drains out into the harbor.
Oh,
And
gross.
as he surfaces, he's spitting out some chunks of something.
Oh
He
god.
doesn't look happy, and he yells,
Why?
"You dirty fighter!" And he starts to hike himself up the rope.
That was the rule. That was the game, right?
And as he hoists himself up onto the deck, up onto the forecastle, he says, "No, this is a test of skill. Not a
And I
wrestling
won."
match."
Razzie bows.
Yeah, she won.
You didn't go to the back of the ship. And he spits over the edge.
I'm gonna climb back up on the rail and finish.
Okay, roll me
You want another
acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yeah. 15.
You manage handily.
Lovely.
Hey, Skadrick, get over here. I'll help you out. You look a little messy. And I'll use prestidigitation to clean him up.
And he looks
Aw.
down and... How'd you do that?
I got a few tricks in me. You know, I can't have you sitting next to us smelling like that. Trust me. I can't handle it. But now, you're right.
Yeah, we deal with that enough with Ned.
Beat me to it.
Hey, no hard feelings, right? I was just trying to win the bet.
He pats Vargas on the shoulder and says, "Thanks for that. I'll buy you a beer when we get back downstairs." And he looks over at you, Ned, and he says, "I'm not drinking with you anymore." And he just kind of pushes his way past Rozzy.
Chicken.
Rude.
I'll go and also just sneakily try use prestidigitation on Ned as well.
Ned,
I
you
didn't
notice
go in
that
the
you
water.
don't stink anymore.
You didn't need to.
Okay.
You don't know where it came from or why, but for some reason you don't stink anymore.
As Ned goes by the bouncer, did I hear you say you make 2 gold a week?
Well, I mean, if the take is good, yeah.
You'd make more working for us. And I flip him a gold coin.
He snatches it out of the air and he looks at it and looks at you like,
I just
not
go
sure what to make of
downstairs.
it.
It almost sounds like there's a workers' uprising in the works here.
Oh my god, we should unionize Baldur's Gate.
That's definitely in the module.
Yeah.
Bouncers
Try
local
unionizing
401.
and see what happens.
I'm gonna write a pamphlet.
Do you even get
Boulders.
health care?
What's
And
my
that's how
charisma?
Rozzy ended up
8?
in jail.
I could never convince crowds of people to follow me.
While the group was upstairs, Krieg did approach Amric's table.
Okay, so while that's all going on, you sit down at the sofa, I'm guessing?
Mhm.
Amric, at that time, he lowers one end of the paper and he looks at you and says, "Can I help you? You
The
here for a
reason I
loan?"
want to, the reason we want to talk in private is because we are not here for a loan. I'm looking for information. I've been led to believe you might be privy to some.
Well, now you're talking my language. Information, of course, is the most valuable currency.
It is. I would like to hear it to learn this away from prying ears.
This is as private as a place will get in Baldur's Gate. It's safe here. This is my office. You can speak freely.
I'm not going to lie to you. Your friend is rather unsettling to me.
Well, that's what we call a negotiation tactic, friend. You've got
Indeed.
a rather unsettling friend yourself there, too.
Suppose we're on even footing then.
So what
There's
is
a
it you wish to
person-
know?
There's a person that I wish to have tailed.
Oh, things are starting to get interesting. Who do you want followed?
Oh, there's two people. One is a rather unfortunate or fortunate individual named Klim Jasso who owes me some money. Second person is actually your brother.
My brother?
The one that I understand you desire to have killed.
How do you know about Morlock?
We finished him off whenever your friends could not.
So you've been to the bathhouse,
We have.
and he's dead.
He is.
Then I suppose I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Appreciate it. Perhaps you could repay it.
What did you have in mind?
I
I'll give you some
understand that.
information on Klim Jasso if that'll make us square.
Well, the thing about Klim is that it is. I imagine he doesn't have much money left.
Well, the Jassos
Second
are a
thing-
wealthy family. However, Klim has fallen out of favor with them. They won't lift a finger for him, and he has no money of his own.
It's unfortunate. Then I would not be getting paid. You said you owe me a favor. Is there anything of value at your family's estate?
Whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, I gave you some information, so we should be square.
You've told me nothing. You've told me you can follow him. And that he
I
is
could.
without coin.
That's information, isn't it?
It is.
I've also told you a little bit about the inner workings of a powerful family here in Baldur's Gate, and that information is too good to be given away for free.
It is.
So I
Then
say
we are
we're
square
even
now. Fine, but surely there is something at your estate that you would like to have unloaded quietly. For a cut of the profits, you are a smart businessman after all.
Are you asking me to steal from my mother?
No, I'm asking you to hire us to do so.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. No one steals from a Duke of Baldur's Gate, unless they have a death wish.
I'll be honest
You
with
have
you.
a death wish, friend?
No, not particularly. I'm just confident in my skills.
Amric clears his throat, and a bouncer comes over, and then another one.
You were doing so well for a second there, Creek. You're doing so well.
Said and says, I take it that you're declining the offer then.
You stay the fuck away from my family, asshole. As a matter of fact, I think all of your welcomes here have just about worn out.
That is quite unfortunate.
It's a good thing that your friends are upstairs.
Oh, they're not downstairs yet?
Well,
What?
theoretically,
I'm
they would
downstairs.
still be upstairs walking
Oh,
around
this
the
was
rail
during
and
the
all
thing.
that stuff. So this is happening concurrently while that's happening.
And why is it a good thing for that?
Because if you don't fuck off right now, there'll be no one to hear you scream. Hey, Skodrick,
Yours
you
will
want to make
fall
some
on
money?
yours.
Well, Skodrick would still be upstairs with us.
Oh, that's
Cedric
right,
is
that's
upstairs,
right.
yeah.
He would be upstairs.
Can you repeat the name of the person who fell out with his family?
I'm going to ask you a
Remember.
very serious question, Amric.
Oh gosh.
Do you believe that your pet demon and these two bouncers can kill me before I harm you grievously?
I'd say between the four of us, the five of us, I'd say
I'm
so.
not worried about the five of us. I'm asking if you're worried about yourself. Can I roll an intimidation check?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I'm not good at it. I have a -1.
15? Ah!
He looks at you and says, "You came to the wrong place if you want to try to throw your weight around, friend. Do you have any idea how foolish it is to try to intimidate someone who happens to be the son of one of the dukes of Baldur's Gate? I've had people float around in the harbor face down for less than what you've done here. And if it wasn't for the fact that your friends are likely spending money and making the captain happy, I might just have to kill you. So I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to get out of my sight. 1.
Very well.
2.
You better go
Is
upstairs.
Francis down here now?
Sure, Francis can come downstairs now.
Change of plans, we're getting violent.
Oh, I do believe that would be a wonderful proposition.
Can we
I'm
hear
in-
this?
Well, I mean, we're all heading down as
We're
well.
heading down anyway. That's true.
Yes.
Krieg, did you happen to work your magic and piss off another person?
I certainly pissed someone off. I don't think there was anything magical about it.
Hey
So
Ned,
really-
didn't I hear you say that if you won that drinking contest that the young gentleman Skadrick would fight along our side?
He's a bit of a pussy. He won't do it.
Scodrick just puts his feet up on the table and says, I guess you can't trust gnomes.
That's racist.
How
Welcome to
how tall is
Baldur.
this? How tall is the
Yeah,
ceiling
how-
in here?
I want to say about 7-8 feet high. It's a ship, not a building, you know.
Yeah. That's
As he's
unfortunate.
leaving, is Skadrick down here as well too?
Yeah, he's got his feet up on the table now.
Krieg's
He's
going
chilling.
to flash his badge and say,
Ooh.
"How about helping another unit on their mission?"
He cranes his head a little bit. I don't ever remember seeing you on the force before.
For new recruits,
Yeah? Who's your commanding officer?
Captain Zodge.
Zodge. You're one of his stooges.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's all starting to make sense why you're here now. At
I'll
that
use a
point,
message.
Amric stands up and says, Hey, Skadrick, you want to make some money? Skadrick just turns his head. Escort these people from this ship, if you please.
All right, I'll use message after that exchange finishes and talk to Skadrick.
He and his mother want to send this whole city down into the nine hells. Trust me, it's worth not letting that happen, and he's one of the main people that we need to get through. Zodge may be a bastard, but he's got a good reason.
I think that might have been over your character limit for your tweet.
Okay, I'll send them
Nonetheless,
in
he gets the gist.
segments.
And the only thing that you get in reply is like a mental laugh.
Right.
Francis takes a step forward and says, Skadrick, I do believe I heard you say earlier that money is what talks to you. What is Amric over here paying you?
Amric just nods his head at Valthus, who produces a sack with... It looks laden with coins, and he throws it onto the table in front of Skadrick.
Can I try to grab it?
Not from that position.
Damn.
You can try to maybe jump across the...
I do have high acrobatics.
So if you want to try to jump across Skadrick and the sofa to try to do that,
I'm just going to do a somersault across the back of the sofa and grab the coins.
okay. First things first, roll me an acrobatics.
Damn it. 12?
You definitely find yourself seated, but Skadrick grabs the coins before you do.
Alright.
And he turns and looks at you.
I just pretend I was just trying to sit down.
He doesn't buy that.
Skadrick, how much coin is in that pouch right there?
Skadrick's only answer to that is he draws a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other.
And I'm sitting. This is good.
All the bouncers start to pull the maces from their belts.
can we roll initiative then?
Can I stand up before we roll initiative?
That depends
I
if you're
would-
going to attack them.
I would like to use suggestion.
Are we going to attack them?
I don't know, are you?
Can I use suggestion on Skadrick?
Goodness gracious.
I mean, if they know I'm doing it, I don't care. I'm going to go through with it this time.
There's some
Skadrick!
kind of provision for that, right? If you're hosile towards somebody.
Probably have a
That's
advantage on it.
Charm.
Let's see. Where is it?
And he's not hostile to Vargas specifically.
Well, he's hostile to all of you because one of you just tried to take his money.
Makes sense.
Remember,
Oh.
the Flaming Fist are mercenaries above and beyond all else.
I thought they were the cops.
They are, but they're
Okay,
hired cops.
I don't think there is a provision about it if they're hostile or not. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see anything either.
It says it has to sound reasonable.
Okay, so when you cast this spell, what do? Actually, you know
I
what?
stayed-
If you're gonna do that, I think it's time for everyone to roll initiative.
All right.
All right, TPK.
Here we go.
We can't die this time.
I know.
Oh, we
There's
certainly
Can
can.
definitely die
There's
this
no
time.
reviving.
turn
No,
order
I
up?
mean like we shouldn't.
Oh, that's not good.
Do I get my
18,
suggestion off
baby.
before initiative?
No.
No.
You can cast that spell on your turn. All right, then that brings it to the top of the round, and Razi. Razi, you are sitting on a sofa.
20.
Greg rolled a 20.
Wait, what?
I'm top of the
Oh,
round.
shoot, I missed that. Sorry, I guess I had it scrolled down because... Oh, right, because I had to sit... Okay.
Krieg
so,
is going to take
Krieg.
Krieg is going to take the dodge action, pulling out his shield as his free action, and he's going to attempt to leap over this bar here.
Where?
Right here.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that. It's not that high. It's like 3
Okay.
feet high. You can step over that with your crazy long legs.
Step over there, then he's going to step over here, and he's taking the dodge action, and he's running the rest of his movement straight towards Amric.
Okay.
He'll take 2 attacks of opportunity from the bouncers and Valposts at disadvantage.
One from Valthus, one from the other bouncer, right?
And I do have my shield on, so let me turn that on real quick. AC is 17.
Both of them miss.
Okay, and with my bonus action, I'm marking Amric as my favorite foe.
Okay. Here we go. Shit's going
That
down.
is my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna rage, and then let me check that little box real quick, so I don't forget.
Okay, you are currently sitting on this sofa, and you're all of a sudden very, very angry.
Oh, okay. I need to stand up first. Does that take half my movement,
No.
or does that count as like prone to standing, or am I
No.
just standing up? Okay. It doesn't matter. I'm not going anywhere. Gonna pull out my great axe and take a swing at Skadrick. Does a 15 hit?
Not hit.
Damn.
Your great axe clangs and gets deflected by his splint armor.
Okay, I guess I end my turn.
That brings it to Francis.
Francis is going to go over here onto the other side of the table, and he's going to utter.
No, it will not. Never mind.
Yeah, I would have gone the diagonal.
It doesn't
Under
use
his-
his reaction anyway.
He's going to take his shield up, and he's going to point his trident at Skadrick, and he's going to go, I did warn you to fight with us, but now by the power of Poseidon, I will make you pay for your decision. And I'm going to use a vow of enmity on him. So I get advantage on attacks against him for the next minute.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my trident and make an attack.
Can you post a vow of enmity?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
All So trident attack advantage. 17 hit.
It does.
All right, so that'll be 5 damage.
Yeah, there it is.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. At that point, Amric is going to try to stick his dagger both in Krieg and in Hauka.
Hauka also took the dodge action. That's the only action I can take if I don't use my bonus action to give one. And I also have the dodge action. If that's at me, a 9 misses. Both of us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it's at, it misses. Oof. Disadvantage.
Dodge action is a powerful action.
Yes, it certainly is. Kashara is going to hurl some tail spines. That's a hit. And that's a hit.
Those are both hits.
So one hits Hauka and one hits you.
Alright, roll. Oh, okay, that's not a crit. Okay, that's just a lot of damage. Okay. So the first one hits me, second one hits Hauka. 10 from me and 8 from Hauka.
Alright, then in that case... one mace is going to try to come down on Vargas. Actually, twice. Whoops. Vargas, you got a 15 armor class?
Yep.
Yeah, so those miss.
Thank God for that.
One bouncer is going to try and smack Ned. That's also a miss. Two bouncers are going to try to overpower Francis. One of them first is going to try and grapple.
So do I have to make a athletics?
That's strength, athletics, or dexterity, acrobatics, your choice.
We'll go with strength.
Oof. So first he grabs you, and then he's going to try and shove you to the ground. Oof, that's a 21.
Do I do another athletics check for this?
Correct. Oof. So first he grabs you, and then he shoves you onto the couch. And the one standing behind the sofa tries to crack you over the skull twice. That'll be with advantage. That's a hit.
Yep.
That's also a hit.
Both hit.
That's 12 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And you are grappled and prone.
Wonderful.
This is going so well.
Okay. Skodrick is not taking Razi's shit. 16 hit?
Yep.
8 does not. 10 does not. That's 5 slashing.
I am
And
raging.
That brings it to Vargas. Yeah, so
Does that make it 2? Or 3?
You round up for damage and hit points, so it'll be 3.
All right, it's time for some burning hands. And the 15-foot cone is going to go in front of me and consume part of the bar. The shelf, which I hope... Let's see. I'm not sure if that's going to blow up the bottle.
Jack is just out of it.
It'll catch a light. Fire spreads.
So it'll go like that.
So, yeah.
That's perfect.
So, yeah. I'm going to gonna do that. While I yell out, you're gonna burn down here, you bastard! And
So
fucking...
they have to make dexterity saving throws, right?
Yes.
That's one fail and one pass.
Jay made a good point. Would the bottles behind the bar catch fire?
It's not making contact with any of the bottles.
Would
Yes.
the wooden ship catch fire?
The wooden ship does start to catch fire.
Yep, says everything that's flammable and not worn or carried starts to catch fire. So, I mean, it's a wooden boat with wooden stools and a wooden bar and a wooden shelf or a wooden barrel that's there. So, yeah, that's, so it looks like someone failed. They're taking 15, the other
15.
one's taking,
The other one takes 8.
7. 8 round up, that's right. Okay. And, let's see, I don't think I can do shit for a bonus action. Let me just
Why would you
check.
want to shit in the middle of a battle?
Just,
Monkey
stare
tactics.
my enemies in the eyes and, psych them out. I don't think I have any bonus actions. No. Okay, so I'll just end my turn here.
Get the gnome.
And
Get
I
the
probably
gnome.
should have called our first break before we started this
Ah.
combat, shouldn't I? Oops.
I mean, we're in it now.
Yeah. All
I'm
right,
happy
Ned.
to continue.
Well,
We
let's
can
go
always
through the
pause at
round,
the
I
top of
guess.
the round. Yeah.
All right, Ned's gonna. Oh, you bastard! You. It's on now. And it's coming up here. Whoops. I like your little trick, but it's not working. There it goes. And hold on, I have to find the thing. These are all new abilities for me. Going to use Giant's Might. Unfortunately, he's not growing. I guess his muscles bulge.
There he goes.
You are now
All right.
size large, and you hit your head on the roof.
Oh,
On the ceiling, sorry.
yeah, bastard. Swinging my flail
At
at
who?
Gadrick.
You clang off of the back of his armor.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
The bouncer gets pushed out of the way as you grow in stature.
I guess that's all I'll do this turn.
Now you know how I felt.
Yeah.
Are we going to pause at the top of the round?
Let's take a vote. Who wants to
I'm cool
pause
with
now
it.
and take our first regularly scheduled break? I
All
see
right.
1 yes, 2 yes.
What does the nod mean? We have to. You all have to say something.
I'm good to keep going.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, let's finish the battle.
All right. Then in that case, it's the top of the round and Krieg.
Krieg moves up. He uses his bonus action to command Hauke to give him the help action. And he's going to try to stab him with his short sword.
That's a hit.
22 hit. Right, I'll roll that.
And your
Hauke is going to use her... Yep, I'm not going to forget it. Hauke is also going to use her reaction to give me an infused strikes, which is 1d6 of cold damage.
Hey.
That's 15 total.
Mm-hmm. Non-lethal.
It's not. I mean, you can't make non-lethal cold damage, but it's only non-lethal when they get to 0 hit points anyway.
Yeah.
And Krieg is going to look at him and say, "Call them off, or you will die here tonight."
Amric just laughs at you.
Okay.
He says, "I think
That's
you
my turn.
overestimate your chances."
That is my turn. On to Razi.
I'm gonna swing my great axe at the guy whose name I can no longer see, and I can't remember what it is. The guy with the S name? How the
Yeah.
fuck did I just roll a 4?
Your great axe is just too big for these cramped quarters. You managed to knock the table out of the way, so maybe next round you'll have a better shot.
I'm the worst barbarian. I end my turn.
Are you raging?
Yeah.
She is raging.
Francis is going to cast Thunder Smite onto his sword. He's going to take a swing at the guy, or into his trident. He's going to try to poke the bouncer that's on top of him.
Okay, that'll be with disadvantage because you are prone.
I should have tried to help
6.
You miss.
Son of a gun. All right. That's the end of my turn.
All right.
The
And at
odds are
that
not in our
point-
favor tonight.
Yeah, you probably could have played this one a little better.
You think?
We're focusing the guy with the highest armor class in the room right now.
Huh?
I think we're focusing the guy with the highest armor class in the room.
No, the guys with the highest armor class are probably the guys wearing shields.
We should have
In
let
any
Ned
case,
dump this guy in the harbor.
That's what I was trying to do because I knew this was coming.
Yeah, Scotchard's still drunk.
Yeah, doesn't that give him disadvantage?
he's not that drunk.
Yeah, you said he was slurring his
Not
speech and he
that.
fell off the boat.
Yes, but he's also a battle-hardened veteran.
All right.
Boy,
In any case,
We're not drunk.
This bouncer is going to move away from the back of the couch. That will draw an attack of opportunity from Francis.
With disadvantage still.
With disadvantage, because you are still prone and grappled.
14.
That hits.
14 hits.
Correct.
Wonderful. So
piercing, right?
7 plus he gets the thunderous smite
I
damage.
think you missed. I think that's spell fizzles, right?
No, it doesn't. It says
That's
the
a
first
smite.
time you hit with a melee weapon attack.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
I want to see.
I'll display it in the. Yeah, it says the first time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, it's a minute with concentration.
Okay, then he takes.
It's also
2d6
loud
damage.
as shit.
So he takes an additional 8 damage on
Wouldn't
top
you
of
just
that.
take the 10 from the first roll? That's a DM call, I guess.
I'll leave that as a DM call, yeah.
Whatever.
He's
You
going
rolled
to
it
make
again,
that
I'll
strength
take that
save.
Okay. So he would have been pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone. Well, he has to make a strength save, sorry.
On a strength save.
What's your spell save DC?
It's 13. Yeah, so he saves.
Yeah, he manages to cover his ears. Okay. The bouncer is going to come over here. Hold on. What was the total damage? 15?
15, yes.
The bouncer is going to come over here and try to smack both Hauka and
Krieg.
Krieg.
That
That is
Ooh.
23.
is that at Krieg or Hauka? They
Does
both
a
hit
17 hit
anyways.
Hauka?
17 will, I'm sure.
Then it doesn't matter.
Who takes 4 and who takes 5?
Hauka will take 4.
Okay.
Kashara is gonna volley a couple of more tail spines. That is a miss. This one at Krieg, that's a 16.
That also misses.
Okay, and then at that point, Emmerich is going to toss a smoke bomb.
The prestige.
And he makes a break for it.
Still get an attack of opportunity at
Yeah, with
disadvantage.
disadvantage because it's through the smoke.
Got it.
Nope.
14. Okay.
Let's see. What's his movement? Is it the normal 30? Yes, it is. He's going to hop back here behind the bar and cower behind it for the moment.
So is he hiding in fire or like right next to fire?
No, you caught the front of the bar on fire. The area behind the bar wasn't in direct line of sight of the cone.
Okay.
But the front of one of the casks that's next to him is cooking a little bit.
Okay, very nice.
All right. The bouncer that's on top of Francis is going to try to smack him. That's a miss, and that's a miss.
Yep.
The one in front of Vargas is going to try to smack him. That's a hit, I
Hit.
think. I think those are
Ooh,
both
2
hits.
Ooh,
That's a total of 15.
that is hefty.
The bouncer behind Ned is going to try and hit him from behind. That's a 14.
Nope.
That's a 15. Actually, they're both with advantage, but it's both still miss. And
Oh,
I forget what his name is.
Skodrick.
Grimjaw Skodrick. He's going
Scrimshaw. Yeah.
Okay, that's a hit on Rozzy. One attack is going to go at Ned. This will be with advantage. That's a 24. And then the short sword. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be at Francis. The short sword can be at Francis then.
How does he have advantage?
He doesn't, actually.
Oh.
So that's a miss. But that hits.
That it does.
Okay, Rozzy, you're going to take 4 slashing
Oh.
because you're still raging.
Shoot, I should have said I was protecting her, but that's too late.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah,
late
like-
now.
I should have used shield. I'm not used to playing a wizard, but I just.
And let's see, Francis, you take 4 piercing, sorry.
Okay.
And that brings it to Vargas.
So if I were to stand on one of these chairs or the table, that's like where I am right now. Could I get an angle on what's his name? The guy hiding behind the bar.
Nah, he's got total cover right now because he's like hunkered down behind it.
Okay. Screw it. I'm gonna go for a second blast. Same place. All right. Here we go. Burn hands.
All right, we need to
Okay,
roll
no,
some
that's
saving
good.
throws here. That's a fail. That's a fail. I'm going to say the kinetic energy of the fire is going to wind its way behind the bar some, but he'll be able to make this with advent. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oof.
Okay, so Amric is going to take 6. The other 2 are going to take 12.
How are they looking? Fairly charred?
The one in front of you does not look good.
Nice. All right. Well, that'll be the end of my turn, and on to Ned.
All right. Big Ned is going to reach over the couch and in effect I'm going to pin Skadrick to the floor.
So, are
Does
you
that make
shoving
sense?
him to the ground?
Yes,
Okay, so that's an athletics.
with
You have advantage on
advantage.
those.
Yep.
So that's a 22. And it works. You shove him to the ground.
My intention is to hold him down.
That's a separate grapple.
Right. But still, he's down. Razi should get advantage.
That is correct.
And so if I do that, what are my options for bonus action?
I think you have second wind.
Yeah. I haven't actually been hit yet. Well, yeah, I have. No, I haven't.
I don't think you
You
have.
could action surge and try to hit him.
I
If you want
could.
to use it that quickly.
Or you could action surge and grapple him.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Action surge, grapple. Gonna
Okay, that'll be another
get him
athletics.
down. 21.
So what happens is this huge hand, about the size of this guy's chest, belonging to a gnome who was no bigger originally than this guy's chest, comes over the back of the couch and just flattens this guy to the ground.
Stay down, you wimp. And that'll do it.
Krieg is going to raise his shield up, and Hauke will dissipate as Krieg spends a spell slot to resummon her directly next to Amric.
What's the range?
30 feet. Already measured it out. Oh, sorry. Didn't click it. Oh, that's 30 feet. Okay. Did I cut out?
No, you're good.
Okay. And with his bonus action, he will command Hauke, take him down. Non-lethally and draconic.
And what is Hauke going to do?
Hauke's just going to try to bite at him. Let me get my drink companion.
You definitely hear from behind the bar
Yeah. I'm trying to get it up. I'm sorry. There it is.
We've all been there. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, man.
This will be +2 to hit. An additional
Make a
+2 on
strength
top of this. No, I don't.
Tasha's blue pill.
The joke.
Is that an 11 to hit? Or no, it's a 13 to hit, which will miss.
That does not hit.
All right. That is Krieg's turn. At the moment. And also, this one has full HP.
So, Razi, I think you're up.
Yeah, I just was confused about the HP thing. I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm going to swing at my dude here. I'm sorry, I can't see his name, and I have a horrible
Skadric.
memory. Skadric, thank you. I have advantage, yes.
Correct.
Yes.
16 hit.
It does not.
Oh my god!
What?
This guy's on the ground now,
Oh!
and you find a spot to swing at him in between Ned's fingers, but at the last second he turns your great axe aside with his longsword.
I'm truly raging. I end my turn.
Francois?
All right, Francis is going to cast Thunderous Smite again. And he's going to make an attack against the bouncer on top of him. With disadvantage, correct?
Correct.
Are you going to stand up? You're not held down, I don't think.
No, the bouncer is holding him down.
Oh, okay.
7 doesn't hit.
It does not.
All right, Francis is just sitting there, held on the ground in a nice bear hug. On to the enemies.
So
The bad
his-
guys.
So Francis's attack has disadvantage?
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're prone and you make a melee attack,
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay. That brings it to the bad guys. The first thing that happens is Amric is going to take the disengage action, and he's going to run up the stairs.
Through
Makes it to
fire?
about there. Well, I mean, he just kind of hops over the bar. There's not really a whole lot of fire in his path directly.
I mean,
does he have
it's,
to move,
it's
like,
18
how does he
seconds
get up?
of all the bar stools being on fire.
Like, is the table difficult terrain or anything?
Nah, he's been in this bar enough times. He just kind of hops over it.
So does Vargas get an attack of opportunity?
No, he took the disengage action.
I know
Oh.
Halka does.
No, he took the disengage action,
Oh, yeah.
and he makes it to about there.
So just the top of the stairs, the foot of the stairs. Is he going up or down? Up.
He's going up the stairs.
So the foot of the stairs, or he's up them already.
He's up a little bit.
Okay.
Not very far.
I don't know why it matters. I'm so far away. And I can't hit anything anyway. So.
Okay. First thing that happens is this bouncer is going to try and smack Krieg.
That'll hit.
That hits. He's going to make 2 attacks, actually. The second one misses. That's 6 bludgeoning.
Put that in.
This is not going swimmingly.
Kashara
We
is
need to-
going to hurl a couple spines. And they
Misses.
both miss. 6 and a 7. The bouncer that is on top of Francis is going to bring his mace down, missing twice. The very charred bouncer in front of Vargas is going to try and smack him in the face twice. That's a hit.
Shield. Oh, shield doesn't matter. Yep, that's a hit, and I'm down. Okay.
Do you not have a healing potion?
Nope, I don't remember who took them.
You can't really use it if he's unconscious.
We all have one.
Then
We all
we
have
all
have
one
one.
healing potion.
But I am down.
The bouncer standing behind Ned is going to try to crack him upside his skull. That's with advantage, so that is a crit.
All right, how does he have advantage?
Pack tactics, baby.
Ah,
So that's 11 bludgeoning.
all right.
All right. Skodrick is going to try and break free. That is a 25.
Wow. All right.
This is ridiculous. These digital dice are rigged.
21. He does it.
All right. He uses half his movement to stand up, and he's going to use his second long sword swing to try and smack Ned. That is a critical fail. And then he's going to use his short sword as offhand attack to try and... Ugh. They both get stuck in Ned's fingernails.
I've been meaning to clean out that dirt.
And that brings it to Vargas, who is unconscious.
And AFK, I think.
All right, well, we'll come back to him then. That brings it to Ned.
He just has to roll anyway.
Yeah, he has to make a death save.
All right.
Can Ned take a no?
Ned's going to yell out to the bouncers, 20 gold if y'all leave now. And he's taking a swing at Gad. Seems like we're focusing a lot on Skadrick. I wish we could have taken care of him. 22,
That is a hit.
11 plus. I need to add.
It's an extra D6 or
Halko
so.
will use her
D6.
reaction to add 1d6 to that.
I think you can only add that to yours. Is that right?
When another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see hits with a weapon attack, the Drake can use its reaction to add 1d6 cold damage.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay, roll me another d6, Ned, for your giant
Oh,
damage.
I thought I just clicked
I
it.
did.
No, that's for the cold damage.
No,
No,
that's Giant's Might. Mine didn't
Giant's
go
Might.
through.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
21. Not bad.
Yep. And that's it.
All right. A very large flail definitely takes a dent or puts a dent into this armor.
The bouncers don't want 20 gold.
They'd be
It was worth a
more
shot.
afraid of somebody else than afraid of you.
Yeah.
Jay, you missed your death save.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oops.
That is one fail.
Krieg is going to take the dodge action. He's going to say, "Remember the target," as he moves this way. To here. So this bouncer gets an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
And he uses his bonus action to command Hauka, sick him. And Hauka has 40 feet of movement.
I'm sorry, did you say you were going to take the dodge action or something?
Yeah, the dodge action is my action.
Okay.
That misses. And Hauka is going to attack. Sorry, it's taking a while to come through.
It's all right.
Hauka misses. And that's Krieg's turn. On to Razi.
Sorry. I'm gonna try again. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go administer a healing potion to Vargas. I take 2 attacks of opportunity, I guess. Can I reach him from here?
You can definitely reach him from there.
Okay.
Yes, you will take 2 attacks of opportunity. First one from the bouncer. That's a 19.
Jesus.
You will take 3 bludgeoning.
All right.
And Skodrick is going to try and smack you with his sword. That's a miss.
That is a miss. 3 damage for reviving my comrade. I'll take it.
Okay, roll me a 2d4 plus 2, please.
Is it exclamation point or backslash?
/.
Look at me not knowing. 2d4 you said plus 2?
2d4 plus 2 is a healing potion.
Eight.
Not bad.
Ah, Christ, my face. Oh. Razi, is that you?
Up and at him, buddy. Fight's not over yet.
Let's kill him, bastards.
I end my turn.
Francois.
Francis is going to try to shove this guy off of him.
Okay, that'll be contested athletics.
Son of a...
Let's go 1.
I think
Even in
he's
that one would beat me.
5, so
Yeah, even in that one would beat me.
Yeah.
Francis is extremely angry right now. That's about all I can do.
Francis hasn't realized that he needs to either put one hand off of his sword or off of his trident in order to try to force this off effectively.
Yeah, Francis isn't too bright. On to the bad guys.
Okay. So the first thing that's going to happen is Kashara is going to try and lob 2 more spines. That's
At who?
miss and a miss. This bouncer is going to chase after Krieg. Krieg, by the way, you're standing in fire. You know what? This is a ship. The wood is mostly, treated for that kind of thing. So the fire's got to be dying off a little bit by now. But the stool next to you is definitely flickering at least.
Figured since it hadn't affected anybody else, it wouldn't affect me.
Oof, that's an 18. For 4 bludgeoning.
I'll go ahead and use my... No, I'm not going to use that yet.
And that's a 16 that misses.
Yes, it does.
This bouncer is going to try and smack Francis. That's a miss, and that's a miss. Oh no, that's with
yeah, I was gonna
advantage,
say,
right? So
advantage,
that
yep.
one actually hits, so that's 5 bludgeoning.
Okay.
This bouncer is going to try and smack Ned from behind. That's a miss, and that's a miss. And finally, Skodrick. He's gonna swing once at Francis. That's a hit.
Yep.
For 4 slashing. He's going to swing twice at Ned. Actually, you know what? He's going to swing once at Ned with the long sword. That's a miss. And then he's going to close in over here and try to smack Razi. That is a 12 and a miss. And the last thing that you hear as Amric runs upstairs is, Cavaleira, they've gone crazy. They're going to sink the ship. And you definitely hear the pitter-patter of his steps as he continues to run on.
We might.
I mean, with Ned here, it's plausible.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
At the very least.
Craig is going to say, mission failed, get this away out of here, Ned.
And that brings it to Vargas.
Vargas is gonna stand up, and it looks like there's a juicy few people in front of him for burning hands.
Including...
Yeah.
Do not set
Including
me
going
on
to
fire.
die.
Oh, and you know what's
including
beautiful?
buddies.
I can sculpt this flame not to touch 2 of my allies.
That
Oh,
is
wow.
an evoker.
Thank God.
Yeah, looks like 3 bounces are about to get a little more toasty.
Adjust your
Bouncers.
angle and get... Nah, you might get Ned then too.
Bouncers roasting
you're
on an open
sculpting it,
fire.
If you feel like it, I'm going to allow you not to set anything in the bar on fire as well.
You could
Yes.
get Skodrick too.
I don't think so.
If you
Ah.
pointed it that way, you could get Skodrick, but you wouldn't get this bouncer over here.
I think it's probably better just to get all 3 bouncers.
Okay, then they're going to make saving throws. It's dexterity, right?
Yep.
How about a nat
Nice.
1? And a 7?
Yes.
And one of them passes. Okay, the other ones, the one in front of you burns to death.
All right, 1 problem down.
The one that's holding Francis down does not look good. The one that ran over from the sofas looks better, but not great.
Okay. Now that I am not next to anyone, I'm going to move over to here. I'll just jump on this table, I guess, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Ned.
Ned sees everything falling apart. Is there
Most notably the bulkhead above his head.
right? I do not want to go out into the water. That sounded nasty. Are there windows? There's no windows, are there?
There are no visible portholes on this deck.
Okay. Well,
You're seeing
Okay.
some on the floor above.
I'm gonna. Yeah. So whoever told me to find a way out, I'm going to say, well,
I
we
said
either got to
make
go
a
up,
way. I
make
said
a
make
way.
a
Yeah.
way.
I don't think I can just punch through a wall.
I don't think you can fit up the stairs.
I don't think I can do that either.
Baby Green Witch just redeemed a group hydrate.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. I don't have a drink. Hold on.
Red Bull counts.
Okay, so I'm gonna yell out, we either gotta go up or down. But first we gotta clear out some of this. And he's gonna take another swipe at Skadrick.
Nope.
13. That's no good.
As you bring this huge flail down at him, he uses one foot to kind of kick the sofa up, and it splinters.
You're still a wimp. Yeah, that's it. Krieg.
Right. Krieg is going to sigh loudly. And he's going to... Oh no, we gotta get out of here. This isn't gonna end well for us. Who's injured near him? Does anyone look injured?
Everyone.
Not on
Namely
our team,
you.
though. Not on our team.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
The only one that's not injured is the bouncer behind Ned.
Okay. Krieg is going to use his short sword to attack the one in front of him, and his bonus action to command Hauka to do the same. Hauka will provoke an attack of opportunity from the bouncer next to Ned.
Nope.
I didn't roll yet. Oh, the attack, yeah. 12, I'm assuming, doesn't hit.
That does hit.
12 hits the bouncer in front of me.
Correct.
Alright. Hauka's going to use her reaction to give me an additional d6 of cold. Still up?
Barely.
Hauka can finally hit something. I think so.
Ooh.
And that was the one that's on top of me?
Yes. For 4 damage. 4 plus 2 damage.
Hauka bites him in the neck, and blood sprays all over her face.
Hauka.
We really
I
need
can
an
stand
exit
up.
strategy. I am assuming everyone above us is going to be hostile. And that is his turn.
I can finally stand up.
Okay. Wait, did you shrink?
I don't think Ned shrunk.
Oh, I
not
thought he
yet.
was the one that said he could stand up. That was
It
Since that is the end of Hauka's turn, her reaction should have
right.
reset.
Is there anyone within range? Can I reach my dude on the other side of the couch here with my great axe?
Yeah, that's within 5 feet.
All right. I am going to once again attempt to swing at this man. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
I didn't think so.
He crosses up both of his blades, and they catch the curve of your axe beak.
Well,
Considering you got +5 to hit, it's impressive that you.
I
every
know.
time.
It's impressive we keep
I
on swinging on this dude.
I'm so mad, dude. I end my turn.
So, point of order, I have Thunderous Smite up, and it's a concentration spell, and I took 5 damage. So I need to do a Constitution save, right?
Right, so that's DC 10.
Son of a... What? Seriously?
Golly. Roll 20 does not want us to succeed in this fight.
All right.
Yeah, the dice are not with it tonight, my dudes.
Francis is going to go ahead and stand up. He still has his Vow of Enmity up and running against Skadric, and he's looking very angry, and he's going to go ahead and attack Skadric. Like, come on! It's over. Go ahead. Hit me. Take me down.
Okay, you definitely hear the pitter-patter of little feet as Amric continues to run. And then calling down from the deck above, "This is the captain. Put down your arms. I'll have no violence aboard my ship, and you better not have killed any of me bouncers."
How can we
This
put
is
our
awkward.
arms down? They're attached.
At that point, this thing is going to try and smack Krieg. That is a 17.
I'm using my stone's endurance to reduce it.
Hoo 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 hoo.
Well,
That
you're going
is
to be
exact-
conscious, definitely.
That's my minimum damage. That's my minimum damage reduction. Do you want me to roll it?
Nah. Don't
Okay.
bother. Kashara is going to move over here and hurl a couple of spines at, one at Francis. Let's see what happens first. No, that's a miss. Second one at Francis, also a miss.
Thank God.
This bouncer is going to try and hit Ned. Miss. Oh, that is a hit.
You know, I might as well. No, I'm not going to. That's fine. I was going to do something, but decided not to.
Skadric is going to take one swing first at Francis. That's a 12.
Miss.
One swing at Hauka. That is a 24. And one short sword attack at Razi. That is a 23.
I'm protecting Razi.
Okay, so that's with disadvantage then, and a 7. A giant
missed.
shield comes in and smacks the short sword away. Let's see. All right, and that brings it to Vargas.
All right. I'm gonna move over here and shoot the one next to Krieg with a what's it called? A firebolt. Oh ho!
One moment.
Oh,
I gotta
whoa.
check my. I gotta check Hauke's thing. Nah, it has to be a weapon attack thing.
Yeah, I don't think it was going to matter.
Yeah, would have been a waste.
All right. Yeah. After I do that, I'm gonna move over to here. And that'll be the end of my turn. On to Ned.
Gonna yell up at the captain. We'd put our weapons away, but your guys keep hitting us.
Well, what do you
Take
expect?
another.
That's what they're trained to do.
That's that. Skadric.
That is a hit.
That's 8
I
plus.
need you to roll a d6 for your.
Yeah.
And this will be improved by Hauke
Where's my?
whenever it goes through.
Under Giants.
Yeah, there it is. I need to organize that
15.
better for next
Yep.
game.
He is not looking good.
You should have stayed in the water.
You shouldn't have pushed me, you jerk.
You shouldn't have lost. You
I think
wimp.
that's all you can say in 6 seconds.
Oh, but we were having fun.
Okay, will you be doing anything else
That's-
in your turn?
No, Krieg's turn.
Krieg is moving forward. He uses bonus action to command Hauke to give me the help action, and he's going to attack Shadrick non-lethally.
That is a hit.
18 hit. Fucking rolled minimum damage. And
Okay.
that is Krieg's turn.
All right.
Wait, is it an action or a bonus action to drink a health pot?
That's an action.
Okay.
Okay. Are we gonna put our weapons down, or are we just gonna keep going?
I think it's going to go badly either way. Really need to make a hole somewhere in this boat so we can get out.
I look around and see that my friends are all almost dead, and I make a move to surrender, so as to save their lives. And I look at them to see if they'll do the same.
So do you like shoulder your great axe?
Shoulder my great axe, yeah. Put my hands up.
You see relief in Skodrick's face as he's bleeding from like every possible orifice.
I didn't want my friends to die. I think this was a bad call. If the captain's giving us a way out of this fight, I think we should take it. Response? From the homies? Perhaps?
It's
We'll
not
let you know on
our
our turn.
All right, that's fair. Francis.
Francis is going to
Anything
use.
else in your turn, Rozzy?
Well, I'm gonna. How do you, what's the term for? I'm gonna exit rage.
You just let it fall.
I'm not doing anything, so.
Francis is going to use disengage. He's going to make his way over here towards the foot of the stairs. And as he gets to the foot of the stairs, he takes his trident, puts it behind his back, holds up his hands and said, "Look, we were only trying to get Amric to agree to a deal here, and he was the one who fired first."
The
And that's the end of my turn.
response from up on the next deck is, I don't care who fired first. You keep that shit off of my ship.
Understood. We are on our way out. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Then in that case, you definitely hear some more pitter-patter. This one sounds like a full-scale run.
uh,
The bouncer, standing next to Ned and Francis, looks at you and says, You're not going to kill me, right?
If you don't swing at me, I won't swing back.
Skodrick looks around at all of you and says, You bunch of cowards. And he spits on the table. And then he sits down and starts drinking.
You call us cowards and you stop fighting. Humorous.
If you want to keep going, we can, Skodrick.
No, we're heading out, Rossi.
No,
We
Krieg
made that decision
talks
for
shit.
us.
You
Hey,
call the
Skelder,
bouncer
you want
who's
to
gonna
take
swing
a
at
step
you.
outside with us off the
That's
ship,
an
huh?
18. That's 10 slashing, Krieg.
I'm down.
Wait, how did that happen?
Krieg
Who
decided
hit
he
him?
wanted to talk shit.
Krieg wrote it and had his mouth write a check that his ass couldn't cash.
Not
Great.
smart.
I already used my healing potion.
The
I
next
got
attack
this.
is going to be at Hauka. That is an 8. And then a short sword against Razi. That is an 18. You are no
Ish,
longer
I'm
radiant.
still
That is a
protecting.
full 4.
I'm
Okay.
I surrendered. That's not
Yeah.
fair.
I'm still protecting her.
Hey, you need to talk to your teammates.
I think Ned
so
said
that
he was
misses
still-
then.
Okay.
That is a nat 1, essentially. And that brings it to Vargas.
Vargas is going to jump up onto the table. Can I see? Do I have a clear vision on Gadrick?
I mean, you can see him. You don't have a
gonna
great
take
line
a
of
shot.
sight, and you're also kind of on shaky ground. Remember, you're on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
And I'm going fast. And
Well, I guess I can always just go over to here onto the bar. Would the bar be higher?
Actually, Krieg is unconscious now, so yeah, that would work.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's unconscious. So I can just go here. All right. And yeah, let's take a shot. Nope. All right.
You
No, it's
totally
mad.
light the couch on fire.
The one that he's on?
No, the one behind him, because you missed.
All right. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Ned.
I was just going to shrink down, but
Kill me or grab me and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, maybe you should, stop, cease with the hostilities.
but he started it.
All right.
Famous last words.
I know.
So Ned's gonna exhale and shrink down. It's almost like he's deflating.
It's like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloons at the very end.
Yeah. And I say, all right, cut it out, you wimp. He's down already. And he's gonna walk over here and pick up Krieg on his shoulder. That's 5'10", and then carry him out this way. Guess that's as far as I can get.
Does he allow it to happen?
Yeah, he's lowered his weapons now.
Of course, Krieg's unconscious.
Krieg doesn't know that, but
Somebody might want to. Does anybody have a health potion or something?
We've all got one, except
he
for
has some
users.
lay on hands.
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, that's true. He's got lay on hands.
Alright, so is that it? We're ceasing hostilities now?
We are
Yeah.
ceasing hostilities.
Yeah, we tried to a while ago.
It's amazing that the barbarian had to be the one to end the fight.
Yeah, cooler heads prevail.
Francis is going to reach over and pump 3 lay on hands into Krieg.
Ooh.
Now, Krieg, we are not fighting anymore. We're trying to get off of this boat to try to track down Amric, okay?
Yeah. I had him. You guys let him escape.
In all fairness, there was a guy on top of me, and no matter how much I tried to kick and fight and poke and stab and smite, this a-hole would not get off of me.
And now he's dead.
Sure, he would have gotten off of you if...
And Vargas cooked him medium well and served him with a side of mashed potatoes.
I can knock him back out if you want me to, guys.
Will they allow us to leave?
I don't know. You're gonna have to go.
We gotta go upstairs.
And find that out with the captain.
Francis is walking up. He has his shield slung across his shoulder. He has his trident sheathed in the back. Come up with both hands, and he goes, "Look, no mean to harm. We're going to exit your ship and go peacefully into the night."
Now, before you take any more false moves, what happened down there?
Now, look, Amric.
We were for some work. He didn't like it.
Yeah, we were attempting to work with Amric to get some both information as well as some help from him, and he was not obliging to our requests. And we were attempting to peacefully leave when he decided that he had had enough with our presence and ordered the bouncers as well as Skadric to attack us. We were only doing this out of self-defense, and as soon as we saw the situation de-escalate, we put our weapons away and we made our way upstairs now.
She looks at you in disbelief and she says, "What happened to my bouncers? Are they all still alive?"
They are down there unconscious. They might need a little bit of healing. Actually, if you'll just give me a moment, I'll walk downstairs and I'll pump 1 lay on hands into each one of them.
One of them's
They're
dead.
dead. 2 of them are dead.
2 of them are dead.
3
Just
of them,
lie to her.
actually.
Just lie to her.
Yeah, they're downstairs. They're just taking a quick look around just to make sure that nothing's going on.
They're not coming back up, are they?
No, they're going to stay back down there at their posts.
Just an FYI, I know they were on your payroll, but I think they were on that guy's payroll too.
That's not
Trees
my
that are-
business. My business is now I've got dead people with dead families to look after.
What's the price for it?
50 gold a head.
Jesus
50 gold
Christ.
is ridiculous.
No
These
head's
people
worth
earn
50
a gold a
gold.
week.
As you start to say that that's too high, her hands start to swirl, runes start to fill the air, and the room starts to get very cold.
I've got 25 gold on me. Take it.
That's a start. Now what about the rest of you lot?
Francis will also throw another 25 into the pot.
I got 20.
I don't have written down how much gold I have on me, to be quite frank.
Yeah, I never wrote it down either, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who was cataloging the party's treasure?
We currently have 32 gold, 14 silver, and 200 gold in the bag of holding. As well as 2 potions of fire breathing. We are down to 4 health
Bag of
potions,
holding.
1 diamond.
How
Oh, we
did
don't have a bag of holding. That's just what I have the note page listed as.
So we have 200 gold in the bag?
Yeah, so we need to pay him 100 gold.
Yeah,
Add
let's
that.
just do that.
$100 for a bar fight's kind of fucking steep.
150 gold.
Ugh.
Let's go.
150.
Yeah, I threw 25 into my own.
225.
Well, I figured that would. I mean, if we can pay from the party's pooled gold, we should not.
We'll get it back out later.
Francis also didn't know about the pooled gold either, so he threw in 25 of his own.
I'm just saying, she's asking for 100 gold total, right?
150 total. We paid 150.
150. Okay. All right.
Alright, you lot be on your way, and I don't ever want to see you here again.
Won't. Have a good
With
one.
pleasure, my apologies. Francis he's got mace marks all over his face and body from getting smacked around as well. His hair still looks phenomenal.
Alright, and at this point, before everyone steps out onto the deck of the ship, we're going to take our first break, not at our regularly scheduled time.
Alrighty.
Alright, the time
All right.
is now 9:34 Central Time. Let's take a 15, shall we? So
Sounds
we'll
good.
come back at 9:50, let's call it.
Alrighty.
We are Crit Cats, and we'll see you soon.
I have to go tuck my munchkins into bed.
And here we go. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back. Crick Cats here with the continuation of our reunion session of Descent into Avernus. And our party just got into a tangle at the Low Lantern, where they somehow managed to escape with their lives.
I mean, was it ever really in question?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was.
it was.
if
I
you were
think
going
for
to
a
try and
minute
mess
there.
with the captain, you might have got colded to death. Or fireballed, or something.
She seemed a little tough to take on.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like a good idea.
As we're walking up, Francis is going to reach over and give another 3 lay on hands to Krieg.
Krieg's gonna go ahead and drink his potion.
And then Francis is going to pump the rest, 8 of the last 9, into himself.
Okay.
And for now, Ned is just looking at Razi very strangely.
All right, you managed to make it up to the deck of the ship without further incident.
Ambrick anywhere in sight?
Not from where you're standing.
I don't know, man. I feel like I could probably see him.
Yeah, who's that?
No, you need to step up onto the gangway. Krieg,
All right, well,
from
we're
where
leaving
you're
anyway.
Standing, you can definitely see that down at the bottom of the stairwell is a very unconscious Amric. And standing next to him is a cloaked figure.
Suppose you're
This
here to
figure
help
approaches,
us.
armor clanking with each step. One gloved hand rests on the hilt of a longsword. The other pulls back a cowl, revealing the face of a teenager with brown skin, red hair, and a haunting gaze. At this time,
So
I'd like everyone to roll me a perception, please.
It's not going to go well.
Anybody who rolls a 10 makes acute notice of her scars. Anybody who beats a 15 realizes that the economy of motion and the poise in this warrior's stance means that she has seen some shit. The one hand or the one thumb balance that completely controls the longsword hanging from her hip is a testament to that. And if anybody beats a 20, Krieg, you detect in her voice as she begins to speak the remnants of a Termish accent. She says to you, Krieg, because you're coming down the stairs, with her thumb on her longsword, she says, "Stay where you are."
Krieg holds up. Don't suppose you're here to help us. We
That
need
depends.
information from that man.
Oh, do you indeed?
We're not fond. We're not fond of the Van Thamper family for certain.
Neither am I, but I don't have any way to know that about you for sure. What do you want with him?
Well, we want to torture him for information. Maybe not torture. Get information from him so that we can take out his brother and his mother, hopefully.
Which
Finding
brother?
a way onto the estate.
His mother, you say?
His mother and
Estate?
Thirstwell.
I have business at the Van Thamper estate as well.
Are you opposed to us working
torture?
together?
I'm
working
afraid I
together.
can't allow you to torture this man. That's
Then we
just
won't.
unseemly.
I misspoke earlier. I have no intention of torturing him.
I mean, if anybody deserves it, it's probably this odious waste of life. But I can't in good
Agreed.
conscience allow anyone to torture another living soul. That's just...
As I said, out of character, I fully did not intend to say torture.
Oops.
It just came
And
out.
you didn't intend to ask Amric to rip off his mom's house either, right?
No, that was me winging it because I figured he's a snivelly con man. He'll do anything he can for money. Didn't see
Except
that out of the
apparently
question.
rob his mother.
But he'll kill his brother.
Good to know now.
Like,
Francis yells over the railing. What might you be? What business? Restart. What business might you have with the Van Thamper family?
At this point, Francis, is your shield visible, or you have it on your back?
It was on my back to walk out, and I wouldn't have pulled it out yet.
She kind of looks at you up and down and says, "What do you care?"
Well, I mean, it appears that you have taken care of a piece of our business here, and I was just inquiring out of curiosity, if you will.
Well, I'm not really so sure that I can trust all of you. I don't know who you are or who you're working for. Why don't you start by introducing yourselves?
Oh, absolutely. Since I'm the one speaking to you, my name is Francis. And I'll let the others here around the boat introduce themselves.
Why don't you come down here onto the docks? And she kind of drags Amric a little ways back.
Francis obliges. He comes down.
I'm Krieg, son of Arcacia, and this is my new companion, Hauka.
She nods.
I'm Razi of the Blue Bear tribe.
I'm Ned.
That's awfully
And I'll-
descriptive.
I'll send her a message. Just saying,
I'm Vargas.
and the next one,
You might have heard about an assassination attempt. That was us.
Fuck, okay.
What assassination attempt? You're gonna have to be a little more specific. And because
She's
that's
saying
probably
that-
like the character limit, she says out loud, this is Baldur's Gate.
I'll keep it a message because I don't think the others know. I think someone who else was working with me on the assassination?
I
Everybody.
believe Krieg, Ned,
Oh,
Francis.
all of us.
I don't think Rossi was.
Yeah, Rosie's a recent addition to the party.
All right. Well, I guess I'll keep it silent from her. But we were going after both of them or just the mother?
It was the old head of the Van Thamper family who has just recently been assassinated, allowing Thalamra, to come to power.
Oh, were they bad as well, or did we kind of fuck things up a little?
A little bit of both. I don't know that you can really come to power in Baldur's Gate without being a scum-sucking piece of shit.
All right.
You didn't have to
Uh,
say Baldur's Gate. That's pretty much true everywhere.
Yeah. Like modern billionaires or something.
I'll keep it a message for now.
Who do you think?
The one who's died, and let this whole shit stack happen.
I'm not really so sure that I can turn someone over to a pack of assassins. That's just asking for trouble.
Did she say that out loud or in
No,
message?
that's in message.
I'll message back. I guess we're just standing here silently. But
What's going on?
I'll say,
Boy, Francis, this is kind of
whole-
awkward, isn't it?
the whole city's at stake. Trust us. Trust me. Ask anything you like.
You want me
But
to
we haven't
trust a group of admitted assassins? That's a mighty tall order.
We're honest assassins.
Also terrible assassins.
Fair. Worth trusting.
Is this out loud now?
No.
No,
She also
still
doesn't
okay.
know that you guys failed. She thinks that you guys succeeded.
Right. Yeah, I suppose I haven't disabused those notions, but I'm not going to yet.
Krieg is
It
going to
says,
say out loud. Look,
I get
don't
the
know
winner.
Look, Krieg is going to say out loud. I don't know what's going on right now. We've been sitting in silence for about 24 seconds.
Bearing
But
contest.
listen,
Come
the
on.
Van Dampers are trying to drag the city into the Nine Hells. We are trying to stop that from happening. Are you going to help us or not?
Point of order, by the way. That was just something that Captain Zaj said, like in passing, mostly as a joke. You don't know anything about Baldur's Gate being dragged to the Nine Hells.
Mortlock told us.
I thought the
Mortlock said that they wanted
Mortlock.
to drag him into the Nine Hells.
No?
I thought I remembered that.
Metaphorically speaking?
I
what
don't
he said?
remember that ever being a thing.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, literally
It
in
just
my notes
came
it
up.
says, for Mortlock Van Damper, it says, son of Duchess Van Damper, nearly assassinated by his brothers, believes his mother is trying to send the city to the Nine Hells.
We
No,
told
only
Zodge
she
that.
will, metaphorically speaking, drag the city to the Nine Hells with her corruption and bullshit.
I wasn't raised with people.
Okay.
I was raised with a dragon that did not speak in metaphor.
You don't understand metaphors.
I feel like being raised by a silver dragon, you probably would have read a few books on poetry.
Well, I also
To be
know that
fair,
the other
I thought
city
it
got
was.
dragged
I
back
thought
into
it-
the Nine Hells, didn't it?
You
It
don't
got invaded.
know that. Nobody knows that.
We all presumed that it was
Everyone
literal
knows
when
that
he said it.
Elturel has fallen and disappeared.
Okay.
Not a bad assumption then.
Notes don't matter.
No, they do matter. You just have to take them in context.
Okay, so what
Well-
now?
Mortlock says that they are trying to drag them into the city into the theoretical Nine Hells.
Well, have you met Baldur's Gate? This city, I hope the rats eat it.
Hey, there's not all bad people here.
No, of course not. There's no such thing
There's
as a
us.
city full of evil people. Unless maybe you live in Thay somewhere. But wherever
Regardless,
you go, as long as there are rich people like the Van Thampers and family, innocent people are going to be crushed on their heels in their quest for power.
well, I believe that the enemy of our enemy is my friend. So, will you assist us or not?
Assist
Because
you
we
with
need
what?
his information.
I'm not really so sure that I have any clue as to your motivations or what exactly it is you're trying to do.
There is a cult of the Dead Three in the city. We've already cleared out their bathhouse. We found out while clearing that bathhouse that the two brothers, Amric and what is
Thirstwell.
his name? Thirstwell, attempted to have Mortlack killed because Mortlack was opposing them. In the process, we found out that Duchess Van Tapper is trying to do something terrible to the city. And our mission is to rout out the cultists. He is funding the cultists. Thirstwell is providing the information. And when we believe Duchess Van Tamper to be the mastermind behind it all.
So you want to depose the Van Thamper family, is that right?
We want to clear the cultists from the city. That includes the Van Tampers.
Interesting. Let me tell you a little bit about my story then, and maybe we can come to an agreement.
Can we maybe not do this in the middle of the street where his family knows he is?
Do you have a better idea?
Back alley somewhere. It's better than being in front of everyone who could walk by. And I produce a stretcher.
Rhea looks to the left and to the right and says, "We're on the end of a dock. I don't see anyone here."
I don't doubt that. I suppose you're not really familiar with those familiars that are stationed all over the city, courtesy of one of the brothers.
I'm not sure I follow.
Thorn
There,
Go ahead, Farkas.
aye. There are plenty of these, you could call them devilish spies around the city. Now, I think my friend here spotted one of them up on the ship behind us. Up there. Disguised as what?
I believe that they were disguised as ravens up there on the crow's nest.
Aye. See, we're in a somewhat dangerous territory, and you there, you hold someone that is definitely being watched. Now we can have this chat out here, but I don't know if you want these people knowing a lot about you.
She looks up and looks around and pulls her cowl up and says, "All right then, let's move."
Does she carry Van Thumper or no?
She was gonna drag him by his boot heels,
I'll
but if you've
throw
got a stretcher, then
Yeah, I'll put him on the stretcher and put a sheet over him.
all right. Where to?
Well, we
Back
can either go
alleys.
to the Elf Song Tavern or find an alley.
I'll walk ahead of them up to the elf song and try to get there first. To
Take
attempt
them the
to
back ways, right?
secure a room for us to talk.
You can rent a private room. That'll be 1 gold.
Deal. I'll take that out of my own stash.
All right then. In that case, you meet with no further complications or difficulties as you make your way back once again to the Elf Song Tavern.
Ned's on one end of the stretcher, but he's got to hold it above his head because he's short, you know.
Which room would we have gotten?
Okay, it'll be. Pick one. The one on the left or the one on the right.
The rule of right. We'll take the one on the right.
Okie dokie.
I would have waited outside the bar to tell him where we were going and to tell him to drop the stretcher and sort of hike him up on our shoulders and act like he's drunk, bringing him upstairs.
Maybe it would have been good to cover his face as well.
You know, just for simplicity's
You're
sake.
not listening.
Let's. I'm gonna switch rooms. Let's make it this one here, so everyone can fit in it.
Okay. I think Razzie needs to move in, but Destiny had to step away.
I'll go ahead and, while he's unconscious, put some of the manacles that we procured from the bathhouse on him.
Okay.
I'll put one set on his hands and one set on his feet.
Probably wise. As everyone starts to settle in, and you guys wrap the manacles around his hands and feet around the bed so he's stuck and he can't move. Rhea sits down in the corner on top of a dresser, and she says, "My name is Rhea Mantlemorn. I'm a Hell Rider of El Terrell. I was trading a
happened
few
there?
miles north of the city when it vanished. The companion's light flickered out, and it seemed as though the city sunk down into the ground. And when I came back to see it, all I saw was a hole where the city should have been. I'm not really sure what happened there exactly, but I haven't been able to get that image out of my mind. And so I led a group of refugees here to Baldur's Gate because that is the closest and best hope for immediate aid that all of those people could have had. But when we got here, we were met with an unwelcome party, let's just say. The Flaming Fist didn't want to let us in. I managed to get inside, myself and a couple of the other Hell Riders, but I haven't really been able to keep in contact with them. The Flaming Fist is cracking down, and they're arresting all of us on sight. I have been, however, tracking a rumor. The leader, our High Overseer, Thavius Krieg, is supposed to be in the city somewhere. Apparently, he's underneath the Van Thamper Villa, working with the Duke herself. To what end, I have no idea, but I want to get in there and figure it out.
Aye.
Well, we know that the Van Thampers are funding the cult of the Three Dead, or the Dead Three.
So this Thaddeus.
Bane, Merkel, and Bahal.
Yes.
So, what? You said you were a Hell Rider. What is that?
Those are the Knights of Elturel. That's what they call us.
Well, I do
Just
fear.
Right. Ned's like nodding. Yeah, right. And what's Elturel?
She looks at you incredulously, as if in disbelief. The High Nation of Elturgard, the city of Elturel, the capital.
He doesn't know anything.
Ah.
He'll forget as soon as you tell him.
I'm not from around here, so
So she mentioned the name Thaddeus Krieg. Do we know that name by chance?
Roll me a history. If you roll 10 or better, you know that that's the leader of the Holy Nation of Elturgard.
I don't.
It doesn't ring a bell. Actually, do you have religion trained?
Nope.
Well, I have an unfortunate namesake, I suppose.
All right. So this Thaddeus Krieg fella,
Thavius, with a V.
Thaddeus Krieg. All right.
Thavius. Thavius.
Thavius.
Oh, Thavius. Because
Correct.
that's not going to be confusing as hell.
Not at all.
So this Thavius Krieg. So he's the one that is running the show, and he's underneath the villa of the Van Thampers.
That's the rumor. I can't imagine that could possibly be true. He's our leader.
Oh, he's the leader of the
High
Hell Raiders.
Overseer. No, he's the High Overseer of the Holy Nation of Elturgard.
Oh,
So I
And
can't
he's-
imagine
Underneath the villa in Baldur's Gate.
that's the rumor. And
All
I
right,
can't imagine it's
Rhea.
true, but
Okay.
you know what? I owe it to all those refugees out there to try and figure that out.
I
All
fear
I'm
that
saying
what
is
happened.
if your leader is running around in dark rooms underneath villas in sketchy cities, that maybe he's not the best leader for your nation. I'm just saying.
All right, Razi, that's
Something they
just
do.
a
It's also
rumor.
quite possible he's
For
not
now-
there willingly.
Let's just look at facts, all right? Rhea, you want to get into that villa as much as we do. You want to confirm whether this man from your nation is a traitor or not, and maybe if he played a part in its sinking. We believe that maybe this city will be sinking next. We also want to get into the villa. The reason why we wanted this piece of shit over here is so that we could find a way into the villa. Now, we're somewhat aligned, and we want to have the same thing. So I suggest that we question him, find a way in to this villa, and if we must part ways, or perhaps we can work together. What do you say?
I mean, it seems to be in the best interest of all of those refugees that I look for Thavius Krieg myself.
And you can do so. Working with us temporarily does not hinder that.
If I may say so, I don't think you're getting in there without my help.
Perhaps
how-
likewise.
So it
Are we
seems.
arguing to agree?
I'm not arguing anything, friend.
Okay.
I'm still curious as to your motivations exactly. How did you get put up to this? Aren't you all assassins? It doesn't make any sense.
unfortunately-
I'm not an assassin. Who said we were
So-
assassins?
We
So
didn't
let's-
assassinate anybody.
We planned
Honestly-
an assassination, then decided we couldn't do it.
I
none of
didn't
us
plan an
the plans-
assassination.
That's what
and
happened.
none of us know exactly what she's talking about because all of that was done through message. Correct?
All right, Rhea, I'll break it to you. We didn't actually kill anybody. We were going to be assassins, but we didn't really manage it, and we are being somewhat subjugated by one member of the Flaming Fist, which is not ideal. So we're somewhat bound into this. We don't really have a choice. It's either we do this or we go to jail for a really long time. Or maybe not a long time if the city sinks. So really,
Correct. Yeah,
we're kind of stuck.
what my friend Vargas here is saying is that initially we were hired to just do some recon. And the information that we gathered somehow leaked out to an assassin, and they took care of a job that we had not yet received or signed up for. But unfortunately, because of these circumstances, Skaj believes that we may have done something that against our better judgment. So we are currently under his thumb to try to get things in order here and take care of the cult of the dead three, those three that you mentioned. And ultimately, our intentions here are pure. We are trying to rid this city of evil and try to get to the bottom of this. Ultimately, we just want to try to get as many allies that are of the same mindset together in order to take down these whatever they are.
And if you'd like, we can probably get you a Flaming Fist badge.
She spits.
Not to
As
swear
you
to
can-
them, just to go hidden in the city.
I cannot work with the Flaming Fist. They'll try to arrest me on sight.
Aye, well, as you can tell, we're not too keen on them ourselves after, getting extorted into this. We're doing what we have to do to survive and to make sure that we don't sink with the city. If you want to help us, make sure that doesn't happen and protect your refugees. I think it is in our best interest to work together.
I'm gonna guess that you met Zaj.
Aye.
I mean, I did say the name when I was talking to her.
He's a right piece of work. Oh, what I would do to fucking give him a good beating. But
At
Can't be
least he
helped
wants
right
to
now.
pay us.
oh, I doubt it. We'll get to the end of this and he'll have an excuse, maybe even chains for us. Fuck him. So, Rhea, shall we get to questioning? And can we count on you to help us out? And likewise, you can count on us.
Plan.
Alright, well, someone should wake up this bastard. You don't want anyone to harm this man, which is clear. Do you want to take lead on this then, with whatever tactics you have planned?
He'll wake up on his own, gag him, and lick our wounds.
Could
I
just
mean,
throw a glass of water on him.
aye,
That'll wake
it
him
won't
up.
hurt him.
I don't really have much of a talent for interrogation. I'm a warrior.
Aye.
Here, here.
Alright. Well, I think
Francis, sounds
my
like you're
friend
up.
Francis, aye. You know what to do.
Never seen Francis speechless before.
Aye, you preparing yourself?
My apologies. The audio completely cut out for a second. I was looking up to see if you guys were still talking.
Here, you,
What-
essentially, we've all figured you to
Francis,
interrogate him.
time for some intimidation tactics on this lad.
I'm good
All
at
right,
that.
is he
Yeah,
awake?
We can wake him up. Someone to fetch me a glass of water.
There's a pitcher of water on the table.
I'm going to use prestidigitation on that water and make it smell practically about as bad as that dude who fell in the water from the boat. I'm gonna make it smell like that. I'm gonna open his mouth a little bit, make it taste like it too. Psh. Wakey, wakey.
Francis is gonna walk over slowly, and he's gonna pull out his trident and just sort of twist it and play with it in his fingers while he's talking. He goes,
He tries to sit up, and he realizes that he's shackled to this bed.
he goes,
And he immediately starts to scream, "Ah!"
Gagged him.
Oh, you gagged him? Then it's like,
I did. I said, let's gag him and gag.
He goes, Francis goes, We'll be having none of that. Now, we tried to talk with you and say that we would like to talk to you about a proposition. And you kindly acted like a little, how do I say this nicely, piece of shit. And then fucked off like the little wuss that you are. Now, we are going to talk with you about some information that we need. I will remove this gag from your mouth if I can trust that you will not go screaming again. Can you do that?
he nods.
Francis is going to slowly start to pull it out, and if he starts making any noise, it's going right back in his mouth.
God, that tastes awful.
That's
he screams at the top of his lungs. My name's
He's-
Emmerich Van Thamper. I've been kidnapped. Help me! My mother will reward you.
As soon as he starts talking, the gag goes right back in his mouth, and I'm going to take a towel and put it over top of his face, and I'm going to use the spell Create or Destroy Water, and start having it.
You're gonna waterboard.
Are you gonna waterboard him?
Oh my god!
Francis is going to start waterboarding.
Francis!
What's your alignment?
I'm gonna
What's
look
my
at
alignment?
Rhea.
Yeah, what's your alignment, Francis?
It's currently chaotic good.
Yeah, huh?
Don't worry, Rhea. He's just getting a little wet on the face. That doesn't hurt.
So justification for this. Good because I'm getting information that's ultimately going to lead towards the better good, but chaotic because ultimately it's outside of the normal accepted.
Well, let's see what happens here first.
So he's going to...
call that a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
A 7. He starts to convulse all over the bed, as if every fiber of his being is trying to fight this.
I'm going to pull the rag off of his face and I say, now I warned you
You see
not to
tears
make a noise.
streaming down his face.
Are we going to have another issue here, or am I going to have to continue to do this to you?
You notice that the bed is starting to get wet. He shakes his head.
Okay.
Ned
Remember-
pulls off his boot and then his sock, and he hands his dirty sock to Francis. Use this next time.
I do appreciate it, Ned. I got a pair of my own.
Going to torture this man.
I was about to intervene, but then Ned made it whimsical with the dirty sock, so I'm not going to.
Rhea
So-
steps over next to Francis and says, "If you do that again, I'm going to skewer you."
My
That's fair.
apologies. She would see the shield on my back at this point. By the way.
You see the sword hanging from her hip at this point.
No, I'm just because you had asked earlier if she would have seen my shield.
No, I
Okay.
got it. She would have seen it on the walk over.
So, Amric, now that I have your attention and your compliance with this request, I hope that we don't have to go forward with this anymore.
What do you want?
I just want some information here. Now, I know that your mother is a duke of this land. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
And she.
And you don't
and
want to
she-
do anything to hurt me.
Oh no! I have every intention of leaving you alive, because ultimately you're worth more to me alive than you are dead. However,
A little bit of color start to return to his face at the mention of that.
That can.
However, I will not, at the slightest, hesitate from skewering you here and now if you do step out of line again.
And I'll message Rhea, just be like, we're just lying to you, make him scared. Don't worry about it.
Now, there's a villa that your family currently owns. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And where is this villa located?
It's in the upper city.
The upper city. Okay. Now we have heard reports that there is some activity happening below this villa. Is that also correct?
I don't know anything about what my mother does.
Francis.
It's not my deal. I run a protection racket. That's it. My mother's very powerful. You shouldn't. You should let me go if you want to keep your house.
And we have it on good authority that you've been funding the Cult of the Dead 3.
That's her business, not mine.
But you've been complicit, haven't you?
With those psychopaths? No, I don't have anything to do with that.
Then why did you hire them to kill your brother?
That scar-faced Hulk. He's the lowest of the low. He's going to bring ruin to our family.
It was
I
not
have
really
nothing
wrong.
to do with that. I don't like him
Yeah.
very much, but he can seek his own fortune. That's not my problem.
Can I get a read based off of how he's acting if this information appears to be truthful?
Sure. Which bit?
He already confirmed with me that I killed his brother. He wanted to make sure his brother was dead.
Before Krieg started talking, when I was asking about what's going on underneath the villa.
Okay, roll me
Like
an
if he
insight.
knows.
Hey,
You think he's telling the truth?
interesting.
Bit of a race to the bottom of your whole family, innit? Alright. Well, what we really need to know is how to get into that villa.
You'll never get in there. It's protected by a score of guards. There's walls.
Now, I do understand that you believe that that is the case, but there is always some ways to get around these types of things. Now, think nice and hard about this. How could we possibly get in there?
I mean, the walls aren't that high. You could break through the gate. You're still gonna have to deal with the guards.
And what about your escape route? Where's that at?
My escape route?
The villa's escape route.
Maybe you've heard of my family, the Van Thampers. The upper city is my escape route.
Families rise and fall in Baldur's Gate all the time.
Not this one. When you become a duke, people don't mess with you. We are
We're
all.
not gonna
I
with
am
you.
untouchable.
Francis,
I'm gonna
you,
reach out and
otherwise.
poke him.
Well, I wonder how many pieces would have to cut off of you and deliver to your family's villa before they'll start to think otherwise.
Rhea
What do
clears
you
her
reckon?
throat.
And I'll message her again, like, you know what I'm doing. You know we're not going to do that. Settle down. You kind of ruined this for us.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the one who decided to waterboard our prisoner.
Aye, neither was it. Aye, but
Honestly, that
It'll
was
be
a
okay.
surprise to everyone here.
Francis, you might want to
Out
mention
of character, but
to this fella that if we can't get into the villa, then he really isn't worth more to us alive.
That is very.
You see panic start to overtake him, and he says, "Oh no! But I am, because if I'm with you when you come to see my mother, she'll definitely negotiate for my well-being."
Really? And what might we get for your live body?
I don't know. What do you want? Gold?
like,
Gold is meaningless if this entire city plunges into the nine hells.
that was
Might
just
you-
a metaphor. That's not something that we are even considering.
Well, then again, another city has already kind of sunk down, so it's not that far-fetched.
Disappeared without a trace.
Well,
Yeah.
sunken.
You don't know where it went.
We've just uncovered a lot of things that suggest what happened to it.
Well, we have heard that there is stuff going on underneath the villa. And would your mother be willing to let us check it out?
Ha! I don't even know what goes on down there. I don't even know how you're gonna get down there.
You are not much of a help here, good
I
sir.
mean, there's a stairwell off of the kitchen, but there's guards.
Oh no, guards!
And how might we get rid of those guards?
Razi just taps her great axe.
I'm sure you could probably deal with them. You dealt with all of those bounces pretty nicely. You know
Yeah,
that
that's how you run away.
person that you were fighting,
Aye,
the mercenary,
aye.
you know, he's already seen about 5 tours of duty. He's about as tough as they come.
He wasn't easy to put down. I saw Ned. Ned, you gave him a good effort. You took that bastard down. Aye. So you
He's
reckon?
not so tough.
So you reckon the guards, the ones in the estate, the villa, you don't reckon they're as tough as he is?
Probably not. I mean, most of the guards that are employed by wealthy families aren't battle-hardened soldiers like that.
How long until your brother Thurstel sends someone to collect you?
I don't know. That's an excellent question. Maybe you should
Be
be
hard,
careful.
Chris. Says the one shackled to a bed. Oof.
If someone comes to get you and we haven't got their information yet, we don't like witnesses.
So
And if I turned
about
up dead, I promise you this. My mother will make sure that all of you hang.
I'm sure that will be of great comfort to you in your grave.
all right. So let's say we get you into the villa to meet with your mother. Well then, perhaps we want to set a little bit of a diversion. Is there anything particularly flammable in this villa of yours?
I mean, it's a house. It's made out of wood.
I suppose that's fair, but you don't have any, I don't know, bars or stores of whiskey or something, oil. Guess that's a bit of a stretch.
I mean, there is a wine cellar, but I don't think wine's very flammable.
Aye, you're right. Not too useful.
It's a finely furnished house. There's tapestries and all kinds of things that are flammable. Furniture. But you're not thinking
Aye.
about burning the house down, are you?
Again, about that,
Well-
you're not getting this many options, are you?
Don't burn my house down.
Then you better find a more
Give us a
quiet-
good alternative to burning your house down, you little shite.
Listen, I've got a cat there that I don't want to die. Don't burn my house down.
Oh, we can't kill the cat, guys.
No,
Line.
let's have
There's
his
a line.
favorite food. Hauka loves felines. Pet the dragon.
Well, you want your cat to live. Perhaps you'd give us an easier way to deal with these guards than a fire. Not much is springing into mind without us really having a good rundown of the place.
What do you
So,
want me to do?
get creative.
I mean,
There's no secret ways out of the villa. There's nothing.
there's walls and gates. I don't know what to tell you. Rich houses like that are often, secure.
Aye, and they usually have an escape route too.
Like I said, I know there's something going on down below. I do know that my mother used to work for the city's waterworks, so if there is some kind of secret sewer access out, she would know where.
But that does lead to the possibility of there being one. And I guess it wouldn't be such a large area to search to find it.
Have to go into the sewers to see if there's a way out, or maybe an aqueduct somewhere.
I have a
Well,
quick aside. What ultimately are we trying to figure out?
how to get into the villa, I believe.
I think we figured that out. We just take him to the front gate and tell her we have her son.
We've found
Preferably,
one way
okay.
in. It would also be nice to have a bit of a lowdown on like what's inside there, what kind of enemies will come up against, and what we can use to our advantage once we're inside.
Okay.
So flammable stuff so far is one. But besides that, yeah, so far we need to get
I have a
some.
potion of fire breathing.
There you go. Well, have you come up with anything yet, or is fire still our best option?
Don't burn my house down.
Give us a good alternative.
I don't know what to tell you, okay?
How do we get your mother out of the house?
She comes and goes as she pleases.
Great. What are her favorite spots to hang out? Does she have a favorite restaurant? Does she have a favorite bar?
There is the council, the high hall.
Okay.
Well, maybe what we should do is
Route that she takes?
maybe what we should do in these cases is well, we know the location of the villa at this point. Maybe we go scout it out and see what's going on. I mean, it appears this little turd bucket isn't going to give us any more information. Maybe just shackle him here until we're done with our recon.
We'll gag.
I also have a couple ideas. One, we can get him to draw a map of the place, so at least we have an idea what the rooms are, the layout, and so on. You could do that for us, couldn't you? Couldn't you?
I
Uh,
mean,
t-
I guess, but could you really trust anything that I drew?
Well, I mean, do you like having all your fingers?
I
think we've
not
gotten-
negotiating for my body parts. If you cut any pieces off of me, I'll see sure that all of you hang.
I think we've gotten all the information out of him that we can get.
Well, we also have one more option. I do still have that one spell that didn't really work earlier, but if you're compliant, maybe we can get those restraints off of you. And I'll know if this has worked or not. So if you try and resist it,
I'll go with you, okay? I don't want to get hurt. The last thing that I want to do is meet my end in front of a bunch of psychopaths like yourselves. Assassins, murderers.
all right. Well,
That
don't
is
resist
rich coming
this.
from you. Of
I run a protection
I'm-
racket. I'm no murderer.
I'm gonna cast
course you're not.
suggestion on him. I've asked
that
him
a
not to
wisdom save?
resist. Yep, it's a wisdom save. I've asked him not to resist.
Oh, he fails.
Okay, it
What do you
fails.
suggest him to do?
I think you should come, play along, and be happy, and introduce us to your mother as guests.
Yeah, alright. But I can't guarantee that the guards aren't going to attack you anyway. They're on orders to do that.
All right. Well, I hope you can come up with something in the moment, or we'll have to.
Based off of my insight check earlier on him, I've been trying to listen and look for body language. Is he telling us the truth about all this stuff?
About which part in particular?
Because he keeps mentioning these guards attacking us when we come up to the gates.
That part, you're sure he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Well, I've told him to play along because I know the wording of suggestion is very, very specific. So
It seems like a reasonable request, yeah? Play along.
yeah, because he wants to.
Keep the peace.
He wants us to go there.
Introduce us to your mother.
And be happy.
Don't worry.
All right. Well, we've got about 8 hours of him helping us out. So
I would have loved to lick our wounds a bit more, but alright.
well, I mean, we could take a bit of a short rest here if you like. I mean, we don't have to hit out immediately, but time is running out.
Rhea looks at
Jesus.
all of you and says, "You look terrible."
It's been a bit of a rough day.
Got anything to help with the
It is-
healing?
Magically bound, we can just keep him here.
I mean, there's some chairs over there.
I should take a seat. Maybe have a think about how we're going to do this and once we get inside, what we can possibly do for the guards situation. I think
Yeah.
I might have an idea.
What time of day is it?
What time of day was it when you went to go to Lilith? Was it the morning?
It was the morning, yeah.
So it's probably about midday now.
So short rest, and then head out.
My biggest thing is he confirmed.
Is there a curfew? You said the city was on lockdown.
There isn't a curfew as such. There's like businesses that stay open till midnight, like the bathhouse.
Okay.
I know that whenever we were in the boat, he confirmed to me that he wanted his brother dead and rewarded me for finishing off his brother. Was that factual or no? Or was that just like misspeaking?
What part of that? What are you asking exactly?
Whenever I confirmed that his brother was dead because his men couldn't do it.
Which actually didn't happen, right?
Yeah, you lied to him.
But he said, then I owe you a favor.
Yeah, and then he gave us information that someone had fallen out with their family. I can't remember who the person's name was.
Slim Jasso. I just wanted to know if that happened or if that needs to be retconned.
No, that happened.
Okay, so he
Probably
is.
should have. I should have had you roll a deception against his insight.
I was fully expecting it.
I goofed that one. All right, everyone is able to complete a short rest without issue, if that's what you want to do.
Yep.
Short rest. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that.
Top middle should say short rest.
Spend your hit dice first, I think, and then take your short rest.
I think I'm back to full.
Yeah, that's some sweet healing right there.
That's pretty good.
Hit dice.
Close enough to full.
Okay, let's use Arcane Recovery. Get 2 level 1 slots back. Very nice.
You want to share some of those?
Actually, you can get a. Can't you get a second level slot back?
I could get a second level one, or it
'Cause I don't
says.
think you cast any first level spells, right? I think they only.
Oh, no, I
you
cast
have. You
Burning
burnt out most of
Hands.
your spell arsenal.
Yep.
You did most of Burning Hands. I think we should honestly just.
You guys
We should have suggested him to be compliant and taken a long rest.
Yeah, that.
I mean,
sorry.
he was suggested to be compliant until we go there.
Yeah. I mean, it will be better if he is compliant when we get there, too, just so.
Do it again
we
tomorrow.
plan on- I suppose that's true. Yeah, we could just have a long rest and then go there tomorrow, as long as he doesn't escape tonight. And that's the thing.
He's
So,
manic left. We have plenty of people to keep a watch on him, and we can gag him.
that's the thing.
He's shackled to a
that-
bed. He's not going anywhere.
He's shackled to a bed, and he's not going anywhere unless someone else comes to take him away. Which, with what's
Oh,
gone
So
on,
we take shifts.
Yeah.
Well, hold on one second. Vargas, don't you have that spell that you did in the bathhouse? You took some time to draw some runes around the front here, and it would have alerted you if anyone came in, right?
I do. But the thing is, it's not likely that they'll come in small force if they're coming for this one. I mean, it won't be a whole army, but I'm sure it might be a little more than we're ready for, especially if we haven't had chance to recover. That's my only concern, but if we can get through
Hey, Rhea,
a bit
where
of
have you
a
been hiding in
recovery
the city?
before it.
What's that?
Where have you been hiding in the city?
Here and there.
Don't know any good places for us to go then?
Not anything that's better than this.
People saw us come here, but alright.
Sure. But, you got food here.
Appreciate that.
Rhea, how would you feel about staying here with us and guarding this one here in shifts, just so you know he doesn't slip away?
Sure.
You
I'll
seem
take
to be able
first
to handle
watch.
yourself. All right. In that case, yeah, I could sit down for a while, maybe. You know what? I'm used to sleeping on stone. This wood's not the worst thing. Yeah. All right. I'll try to get some sleep in.
So we're taking a long rest and calling it for the night?
I'll call it for the day.
Probably be a good place to call it for the session.
No, yeah, I mean for the session because it's 10:47.
All right.
Ugh.
Then in that case, everyone is able to finish a long rest without complication. And
Ah,
we'll
those
call it
sweet
there.
spell slots.
We'll pick it back up next week, Sunday, 1 week from today. That'll be January 9th. At the normal time, 7 p.m. Central. And we may have a couple of sessions left before we finally finish Chapter 1, but we're getting close. We're definitely out of the Dark Souls era. No more nonsense. In any case, we are Crit Cats. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you check out our YouTube page so you can see past episodes. And we'll be back on Tuesday with our review session of Tomb of Annihilation.
And the Discord is also in the chat right now.
That. We're Crit Cats. We'll see you soon.